Bowls Australia acknowledges the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which this stream is produced. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past and present.
The first knockout stages of the 2023 World Bowls Championships are finally upon us. We are so excited to be here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club for women's fours this morning. It's the quarterfinals and it's Australia up against Hong Kong, China, the leaders and the winners of Section 1 up against the runners-up of Section 4. Very much looking forward to this one. Val Febo here with you, and Barry Lester, the one and only, joins me. How are you, Baz?
Good morning. Oh, what a great day it is already, Val. Almost 20 degrees at 8:25 a.m. Gorgeous day on hand here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, and this is what it's all about now. Players that are moving into the finals days go out there and just do what they're doing the last few days to get them here and just try and get the job done to keep progressing and start thinking about medals.
Gorgeous day is an understatement, and the match that we have for you this morning, Christina Christic, Dawn Heyman, Lindsay Clark and Kelsey Cottrell up against Cheryl Chan, Phyllis Wong, Angel So and Helen Chung. Very much looking forward to this contest. Hong Kong have had a great tournament so far, finishing second in Section 4. They were 4 wins and 2 losses and a draw, Barry Lester. So a really interesting one for them. They finished below the Scots, who went 5 and 2. So really interesting one. They were plus 50. Australia, well, dominant. 6 wins, 0 losses, plus 75. Absolutely monstrous they were.
Yeah, and it's great to see some countries, just putting their hand up. Some countries are really coming here for the first time. But as we look across this particular green, you're seeing a lot of strong countries and some players of big note. So some big name players that have been there and done that before. They'll know what it takes to go all the way. Look at someone like Val Smith over there, New Zealand playing South Africa. You've got some very good players right across this green, and none bigger and better than our Aussie Jackaroos. And with these conditions being so good, green speed just a touch over 14 seconds. We're in for some beautiful performing bowls this morning, Val.
We certainly are, and very much looking forward to this as Aaron Sheriff's family walks past us in full Australian kit. And we'll keep you updated with scores around this green as well with women's fours quarterfinals, all in action right here on Green 1 at Broadbeach. It's a picturesque green here because we have the Surfers Paradise skyline in the background from where we're sitting. And you're right, Baz, there's a plethora of talent on this green. You look over at New Zealand, so many of them are accomplished bowlers. Canada next door pushed Australia to the very limit in their sectional round on day 1 in round 2. And this one we know is going to be a cracker of a contest. All the Australian teams from this week have made it through to the knockout stages, which is so mightily impressive. And all 3 para teams, well, they've all confirmed themselves a medal, Barry Lester.
Yeah, and it's if you go back right through their sections, there's been games where they've had to come from behind and scrape through for a narrow victory, and that's the World Championships for you. So many games you need to be just chipping away day by day, game by game, and hopefully it's enough to put you in a position to medal. And as we see, good crowds in today already. Public holiday on the Gold Coast. It is show day here on the Gold Coast, so some as we see Aaron Sheriff's kids here watching, so obviously no school today. It's great to see, and we hope to have bigger crowds throughout the day. as the World Bowls gets closer and closer to the halfway mark. And as we see across the green, Sophie Tolchard from England, Commonwealth Games gold medalist. We, like you say, Val, we're looking across the rinks. There's big name players everywhere. And we're in for a treat today.
The draw is Australia v Canada via Hong Kong, Scotland v Canada, England versus Wales in a big rivalry there. Tolchard and Farrow in that team, which is very exciting because they're going to be playing the pairs, and we know what happened in the women's pairs at the Com Games last year, what a final it was, and then New Zealand against South Africa. That South African team, the runner-up in the women's fours at the Commonwealth Games last year. So, as we've said, littered with talent. And every Australian team, that's what we're going to be bringing you throughout this morning. We're going to be bringing you scores. We're going to be bringing you updates just to make sure that we keep you across everything that's happening at the Broadbeach Bowls Club as we wait for the horn for this contest. And the Hong Kong team, all of their bowlers, their quartet using Henselite Dreamline XGs. Chrissy and Dawn also with the XGs. Lindsay, Team Taylor member, and Kelsey, Drake's Pride, as we get underway. No time limit here, Baz. And unlike the sectional rounds, if you're more than 8 ahead with an end to play, we don't play that end. So big leads are vital in the knockout stages if you can get them.
Yeah, sunscreen and hydration this morning. Wow, it is hot. I've just put a heap of sunscreen on, and it's only 8:30 in the morning. So the players preparing for a big day, hopefully. As we said, it is knockout, but there's an overall factor as well. The Leonard Trophy, all the countries vying to try and walk away as the champion country.
And the Taylor Trophy for the women as well.
The very prestigious part of World Bowls. It's okay to obviously focus on the individual awards and medals, but also there's no better feeling from a collective to walk away as the best performed country at the World Championships. And a team that stands out for me for the Leonard Trophy is the 2000 World Bowls team of Australia back in Johannesburg. Walked away with the famous trophy there. What an iconic team that was. And I know the Australian Jackaroos will be chasing both trophies throughout this event.
They sure will. And there's another trophy, Baz, the Para Trophy. They haven't named it yet.
Right.
I'm campaigning for the Leicester Trophy.
Oh, I don't know. We let's maybe put it to the viewers, and be interesting to see. I'm guessing they have to name that fairly quickly.
Yep.
So as we see, a really nice start there from both players so far. Well, that's a nice shot from Christina, just getting the heart of that bowl. Well, we've got a false start, have we? No.
Well, whoever blew that horn was 2 minutes late.
Okay, all right. They're gonna stay out there, and we've just had a bit of a delay on the horn, but players have been were told a few minutes ago that they were right to go. So
yeah, I think it might have been for another one of the greens that wasn't too short.
That's right. So already,
Hong Kong have started things well.
All 5 deliveries right down the middle there, as we see. Players finally tuned with their roll-up and their prep and their warm-up.
So we know on green 1, Baz, the sunlight hits a lot earlier than some of the other greens, so it will be quicker. And not to mention the fact that in the afternoon and the middle session, we are going to be seeing lightning fast speeds. But we're not going to be here all day on green 1. We're going to be chopping and changing depending on the results. So we actually don't know who we're broadcasting next as of yet. It all is result dependent. So we'll keep bringing you updates of who we're going to be broadcasting, and make sure you like the Bowls Australia Facebook page and put your notifications on, because then you'll know when we go live and be able to watch whatever we broadcast and bring to you.
Good shooting from Hong Kong so far. Hong Kong trying to Phyllis Wong there. Nice shot, just clipping the front bowl, as we see here. Dawn Heyman out on the forehand. She just needs to work under that wide bowl of Christina's, or turn it in. She's done that. The crowd appreciating that shot from Dawn Heyman.
She is a well-loved figure of Australian bowls, is Dawn Heyman. And that is a good start. The Australians looking to really stamp their authority on this one early.
Great weight control, the perfect weight from a second, just to be there. Their job all day long, usually for a second, just turning things, moving things, backing up the lead and turned Christina Christick's bowl over lovely there. And a nice little tap of the leg from Hong Kong China as we see there. So great sportsmanship. You love to see it. As Angel So lines up on her forehand. Jack length around 26 metres. Nice kind length to start proceedings. Needs to get back. Well, it's nice weight control, just missing high. So we've got a lot of clapping going on just near us here in the commentary area because we're surrounded by people from all countries here. It's great to see everyone's coming along to support their countries. And
it's awesome.
a full green of so much colour and so much culture. And as I said, high-credentialed bowlers. So it is the mecca of lawn bowls here today at Broadbeach Bowls Club.
So a lot of people watching from Canada, watching from New Zealand. Well, Canada could be the Australians' opponents in the next match, or Hong Kong, depending on who gets through. They're playing Scotland on the next rink over. Lindsay Clark, her mum Teresa watching on in full Australian kit. Great to see. She's got all the green and gold decked out. She's got about 4 chairs worth of merchandise.
Lovely delivery, lovely technique from Angel So. Nice release, beautiful setup. Just going to miss high again, but good look both times. Hong Kong, China, very developing country when it comes to bowls. They've been well renowned in the bowls world for many years, but their development in the last 5 or 6 years have gone through the roof.
Well, they'll want to because the next World Championships scheduled to be there. Lindsay Clark makes her way to the head, and it's Kelsey Cottrell and Helen Chung. They make their way to the mat. Very good morning to you wherever you're watching from, or good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from around the world. Great to have your company on Ringside Live. Knockout stages of the 2023 World Championships get underway this morning. Of course, we have a full array of sections to come next week in the reverse disciplines, so men's singles and men's fours and women's pairs and triples. But 7 disciplines finish this week.
Helen Chang looking to sit that shot bowl of Australia. Just going to miss high. Good weight control. Don't mind that speed. That's probably enough. If she gets that front cannon, could probably turn her own bowl up. Kelsey Cottrell here, trying to get another one in there. Ideally, get another one in and protect the shot bowl. Great effort from Kelsey. Wow, I can't believe the size of the crowds already, Val.
It's going to grow and grow throughout the day, Baz. It's absolutely fantastic. We've got Darren Jackson watching over there. He's an avid listener of Ringside Live.
Helen Chang again on this forehand, looking for the shot bowl of Australia. Can she turn it out? Well, what an effort that is.
Very close.
Great head of bowls to begin with.
So Kelsey Cottrell, one more on the mat for this opening end. We've had a plethora of wonderful contests, Baz. And Kelsey, they like it. They're calling it in.
She's trying hard here. Needs to fall over if it's a chance. Just missing past.
But it'll be one to the Aussies.
Yeah. Look at the just look at the body language already. Players feeding off the crowd, feeding off the environment.
Well, that crowd is often a fifth bowler when you're playing a match of fours. It can really drive momentum as Christina Christick rolls the jack.
Yeah, too right, Val. You got to use all the support you can get. If you've got some support, whether it's a club game back at home, a club championship, or a local game of some sort, any level game, if you've got some local support, you've got to really embrace it. Use it to your advantage. Don't try and block it out. And that's what the Aussies will be doing. They'll be trying to grab as much momentum and enthusiasm out of the local crowds, knowing the surface, knowing the conditions. A bit of a heavy dew this morning. Greens are being prepared, running 14 seconds, and they're used to these conditions, are the Aussies. And Christina Christick, Well, that's the perfect start.
She's on
Backhand.
early.
And that's the perfect lead bowl. Give your bowl a chance early on. Get a good feel for the lengths. Backhand just trailing the jack 2 feet.
What can Cheryl do in response?
Been coming out here for a long time. Has Hong Kong, China, spending time out here in Australian Opens, multi-nations events, lead-up events. So they're becoming more and more familiar with the surrounds as well. That's that preparation they've put in.
A few bowlers from Hong Kong go pretty deep at the Australian Open, getting out of their sections. One of the strongest overseas contingents from the nation that we've had this year. Christina Christic, not far away at all. Great leading.
Yeah, great weight control from Christina. So a lot of good to come of that. Not only did she trail the jack with her first, but both bowls have been on or beyond the jacks. That's a great sign that Christina's up and about. Got a good feel for the width and the length of this green.
Kyle Langley watching on. Great to have your company this morning, mate. What a day we have in store, Barry. Dawn Heyman has continued to dazzle, as she always does throughout this tournament.
Yeah, lovely weight control. Just missing under her line, but a lot of good to come of that. Not just where your bowl finishes, but how it came out. You know, just reflect on how that bowl felt, how the delivery's feeling. She's absolutely nailed her weight, with a minor correction now need to be made with her second delivery. And as Angel So comes in, she's going to draw this shot. If she makes it, well, that could be enough. It's very close.
It is. Great start from Angel So. Dawn in reply.
Yeah, just probably a bowl and a half more width here. Try and get it away the same length. Pretty good here, Val.
She's not far away at all, Dawn Heyman. The crowd tells the story.
You probably won't get any better conditions than what it is currently right now. The flags are hardly moving. You've got big crowds, green speed, 14, clean hands both sides, flat Tiff Dwarf greens here on the Gold Coast. So as we look across the rinks, some great heads, some great shot play already, and that's a great example of it from Dawn Heyman there. Mighty try there.
Yep. So this has been a really good start from Dawn Heyman. A couple of bombs early. That'll get her confidence up. Her first knockout match at a major event. Internationally, that is.
Lindsay Clark sporting the famous pink sunglasses.
They are iconic. If we ever have a bowls museum, I think those Linny Clark pink sunglasses could easily go in there. As well as your 06 Com Games hairstyle, Barry Lester.
Yeah, and the hoop earrings too. Lindsay's been all over that for many years now. Those hoop earrings, they're always in there on game day. So a little bit superstition. Lindsay, nice shot. Great weight just to try and sit that wing bowl. Hong Kong, China. So a little bit of pressure starting to build here. Just from that front-end pressure from the Aussies. But so far, the heads have been spot on. Most bowls finishing around that yard to 4 feet mark. As Angel So sets up on the backhand. Really, really sound technique. Nice setup there. And beautiful release. So Angel So, bowls in play now. Coming down the green. It's on a good angle. Looking for the shot bowl of Australia. She's going to get some of it. Not enough.
Yeah, not enough to flop it over, but everyone seemingly in the area already, Baz. They've found their range here. All 8 combatants so far. Been a good morning. And the weather is perfect. There is not a cloud in the sky. And yesterday we saw an abundance of drama with the lightning coming in as Lindsay Clark. She's close.
Well, probably enough to count. Yeah. Just filled that gap, though, unfortunately, Val. So it just makes this shot slightly easier for Hong Kong, China. Angel So can play something similar, and that gap's now filled. She's definitely going to be reaching here. Just needs to get back now. Not sure if she will in time. Great head of bowls. It just feels like Helen Chang's been around for years. She's been coming out to Australia and playing international bowls. I'd love to know the cap numbers for Helen. She's been playing for Hong Kong China for many years. Great competitor. Absolutely loves her bowls, and a really lovely lady to go with it. As we see Kelsey Cottrell. On the mat, on her forehand now. So probably looking to play some kind of protective bowl here. Just trying to put her bowl out where Hong Kong have a couple together. Any jack movement out on the wing there is against her. So just needs to clear that wing bowl.
So Helen Chung stepping back to the mat, and international 2014 Dutch Open women's pairs bronze medalist from the Kraigengower Cricket Club in Hong Kong. You've been there, Baz?
Yeah, I won the Hong Kong pairs with Maddie Bowes at that particular club, as she just sits one bowl out, so it might be just back to one if they are down. Yeah, a very famous venue there in Hong Kong. It's a beautiful bowls museum inside the clubhouse. 2 big bowling greens right in the heart of the city there in Hong Kong. Kraigengower Bowling Club, not far from Happy Valley Racetrack. And that's one beautiful thing about Hong Kong. If you go over there and visit, you go for a holiday, have a look around, you'll see the bowls clubs right in the centre of town, right in the city.
Absolutely love that.
Brilliant environment.
There's some really picturesque bowls clubs around the world, and you think in the heart of the city of Melbourne is one. Back in Victoria, as Kelsey. How far away is she here?
She's close. Well, waiting for jack movement now.
Oh, now, what did they get?
Might be enough.
I think it's the Australians' end. The way she played it, I think that might have meant that the Australians possibly were down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, looking for the blue bowl of Hong Kong China, trying to dislodge it out of the head to make a couple. In the end, as it sits right now, we can't tell. We haven't seen any hand gestures to find out who's actually holding.
No,
Helen Chung having a look now. We'll soon know. If she plays this shot, she's obviously down. But if she thinks she's got one, there's no way she'll play this. There's too much danger involved.
Any sort of jack movement is interesting. And I like this from the Hong Kong team, just calling Helen down just to make sure of things and just to settle things down. Of course, no time limit. You can take as long as you need here.
The other thing I really like too, like you pointed out there, Val, it's a team effort there. So every player pretty much getting involved in what's happening, and they've called it. So they've called it here.
So Hong Kong must feel as though they've got it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if they don't, I still think they've probably played the right shot. They could have probably given away one more if they are one down, but with Helen Chung's experience, you can only back what you see. Yeah, just touching on that again, you'll see quite often at international level when there needs to be a decision made or a shot selection, it's a team effort. So skips really get the leads, seconds and thirds involved.
Umpire call, Baz?
Umpire calls. So many sports you'll see it, and lawn bowl's no different. As much as someone might have the final say, it's a team effort to get to that point. And the more eyes and ears, the better. When you look at some of these teams that are out here playing in the World Championships, you're looking at decades of lawn bowls experience and hundreds of games of international experience. So it's great to see the players drawing off that to help make their decision just that fraction easier.
So we wait in anticipation. Our marker checks again as to see who's got shot here. Only in the second end of the match.
These are the moments you think about, Val, after the game. Should we or shouldn't we have? And that's worked. So well done, Hong Kong China.
That is a good move not to play that last bowl. So after 2, we sit at 1 apiece. Really great ends and great heads so far, Barry Lester. We are in for a cracker of a contest, Hong Kong, proving that so far they're well and truly up for the fight.
Yeah, spectators moving around to all the greens, looking at all the action. Many big games happening. We've got the trade stand behind us. Spectators out shopping for their bowls goods. It's definitely the place to be today on the Gold Coast in terms of those that love their game of bowls. And that's a very long end, just short of maximum, 34 metres. So Hong Kong, China, they've stretched this out. It's their first jack roll in this position, this direction. So it's going to be one of those ones.
It is.
And will it come off or not? Early days.
Yeah, well, you got to try it to find out. Don't knock it till you try it. And the men's triples quarterfinals, Baz, they are underway. Japan leading England 1-0. Thailand over Scotland 2-0, which would be very interesting if they got up. Ireland over Malaysia 1-0. And Australia currently leading the USA 1-0. So early stages of those matches. We'll continue to bring you scores from around the greens here at Broadbeach today. Men's pairs action as well. Haven't commenced yet.
So nice reply from Christina Christic, just edging that front bowl on the way through to the jack. So I love to see that from Christina so far, just sticking to the one side. There looks like there might be a bowl in her way, but just the fact that she played 2 opening lead bowls in this direction, she's sticking to that forehand just to get into that rhythm, not change things up.
Baz, New Zealand nicked a 4 off South Africa in the opening end on the far rink. So great start for the Blackjack quartet. England over Wales 1-0. Scotland over Canada next door 1-0. So things heating up well and truly, not just in terms of the temperature here at the Broadbeach Bowls Club, because it is getting warmer.
So Christina just sticking to the forehand and turning the lead bowl over. All over the jack, but just unfortunate to turn it to that weight to get it right to the jack instead of just short or just through, but has created a bit of a target there. Australia will look to pack this head as Phyllis Wong tries to get another one in there. She's done well. Could be enough to count there, out there at Jack High at 9 o'clock. Nice loud call from Kelsey. Great body language. Hand gestures. 500 plus games experience as Kelsey Cottrell. She's trying to lead her teammates into battle here today. Big effort from Dawn. Great weight control from her as a second. And when you look at the roles and responsibilities of a second, Dawny has been playing that so well today, just making sure she's there, sitting, trailing, giving her bowl a chance, packing the heads. So good so far from Dawn Heyman.
How much of a luxury is that to have someone like Dawn Heyman as your second when she's an accomplished player in many different positions, and we've seen her lead, we've seen her in second, third, and as skip. You know, she's such a wonderful player and so versatile, and how luxurious is that for Australia, not only in this tournament, Baz, but in the future?
Yeah, spot on. She just uses all her experience. She's got a great temperament, has Dawn Heyman, and she knows her role. That's the key. That's the key to being a good player across multiple disciplines and multiple positions. Knowing your role before you step out onto the mat. And once you identify what duties you have to go out and perform, then you just have to go out and do it. So for a second, quite regularly, it's just making sure you're there, giving your bowl a chance. If you're called upon to play some weight or a position bowl, knowing that duty will be upon you well and truly before going out and playing is a great step in the right direction. So a lot of the players here playing the north side of this rink. You will see eventually when bowls do come down on the right side of the screen, the turn is a bit wider, a bit sharper.
On this particular green, has any sort of jack movement can be like it's moving on glass. It is quick, and it will get quicker as the day goes on.
Yeah, 14 seconds now at, nearly 9 o'clock this morning, but you'd expect that'll get up to a couple more seconds. Once it dries out, gets a bit of shine, bit of wear and tear, bit of foot traffic. As we see in fours, 8 players on a rink moving around the back of the heads, as opposed to the more traditional years of bowls back in the sort of 80s, 90s, 2000s. A lot of the front-end players would be sitting or standing on the banks. Now with the modern day of play, the modern style, more wear and tear on the greens, more people standing around the heads, more people standing behind the mat as we see. The 3 Hong Kong China players standing behind the mat. Lindsay Clark wants to make some contact here, open it up, just missing high. And that all adds up, especially at local level. If you're playing a 5 or 6 day program at your club, that back-to-back wear and tear of people standing around heads and behind mats, it all adds up. So it can be managed, but at this World Bowls level, you'll notice all the players behind the head standing together, standing strong, standing proud. And that's what it's about. It's about that rink presence. So Lindsay Clark, not far away with her previous delivery, only missing a bowl high. Just looking to make some contact with the shot bowl or potentially edge it off without Jack moving. Not far away here.
Not at all.
Should get down nicely. Can she get contact? Just missing.
Good areas from the Aussies. And Simon asking about Foxtel coverage possibly. Well, all the finals days, tomorrow Sunday and then next Saturday and next Sunday. So the 2nd and 3rd and 9th and 10th, all on Fox and Kayo, Sky Sports NZ. Some overseas broadcasters as well. So we won't be back as this format on Ringside Live until Tuesday. So, but you and I will be heavily involved over the next couple of days, Barry Lester. And we are very much looking forward to it. But you've still got us for a little bit longer today, so don't get too excited to get rid of us.
Wow, big celebration from the English team over there.
Amy Farrow, pretty happy with herself.
Helen Chung just turning that second nearest bowl of Hong Kong China in for a counter, so that's 2. And it's still a single bowl target for Kelsey Cottrell. Backhand with weight. You see a nice big backswing stepping into this one. Nice smooth release. Kelsey Cottrell looking to make some contact. Needs to hold now. Can she turn it over? What an effort.
So not a bad effort from Kelsey. There's an opportunity here for Hong Kong to take the lead for the first time.
Yeah, Helen Chung. Something similar. Just a high draw. Don't want to go opening things up for Australia. Doesn't want to shift anything. Create an easier shot. She's going to crash on the front. She might actually make it harder on Kelsey. Well, that's right in Kelsey's eye on the backhand. I think we might see more weight here.
Good communication here from Lindsay Clark.
Yeah, I'd love to see Kelsey come down and have a look. There's
Yeah,
no time limits.
Lindsay's telling her to come down and have a look.
Yeah, you make the most of no time limits. Come down, just have a really good look. Maybe find another shot when you get down there. So, great communication from Lindsay.
Yeah.
So Kelsey trusting the call. It's a really good call. Just saying, do you think you can play something similar?
Having these two at the back end is such a luxury for Australia. They've played together for nearly 20 years. Kelsey Cottrell.
She's so close here.
She's not far away at all.
What an effort.
Almost.
Wow.
Did she get the result? Did it flop up enough?
Great call from Lindsay. And a big
We
effort
are-
from Kels.
We are measuring.
That's a class shot.
Yep.
Even if she hasn't got shots, a class shot from Kelsey
I
Cottrell.
reckon I'm going to back this in. Baz, I reckon she's got it. Nope. And I will quit
Your
while
shout-
I'm not ahead.
Yeah, your shout for coffee now.
Yeah,
Mel.
done. Oh, it
0
was
and
mine
1.
anyway. You bought me one yesterday, Baz. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so great effort from Kelsey Cottrell. Backhand, over a long length, 33, 34 metres. Back to self. Great call from Lindsay Clark to say, do you think you can play the same shot around the front? And she did. She played it so well. But in the end, it was that front-end pressure bowl from the lead in Cheryl Chan. Her lead bowl stuck there from the get-go and stayed on for shot.
So today is a new day. Yesterday we had a lot happen on Ringside Live. That Australia versus France game, you could make an opera, I think, about that, or a movie at least. We had an electric start from the French. We had a comeback by the Aussies. We had a marriage proposal that was successful. We had lightning forcing us off, and eventually the Aussies getting over the top by 2 shots. But Baz, I'm not sure that we've seen anything as dramatised as that for a long time on Ringside Live.
Yeah, it's not something you see very often. You know, maybe once every sort of few years in your bowling career that you'll have the umpires just come out and let you know at a pennant level or pretty much any level, but depending how much bowls you're competing in, it's the priority of the ITOs, the International Technical Officials, to make sure the health and well-being of all the athletes, the spectators, the officials are catered for. And that lightning last night was just too close. It was right next to the club.
It was perilously close, and it was coming. We had 3 bowls left. We had to go off and replay the end.
So the rule was, after 10 minutes of delay, if they haven't gone back out to play, that they must replay the end, and then they can't go back out and start until there hasn't been lightning in the area for a duration of 10 minutes.
Yeah, and those were asking why that they could see lightning in the background. Well, it was because the clouds had moved over to the ocean, and they were just still visible as we were sort of had no building cover. So that's why that was the case. Colin Bray joining us, our resident Jack Hanner. It's also his anniversary today. Happy anniversary to you and your lovely wife, Colin.
So, Angel So on the mat, backhand. Sorry, Phyllis Wong on the backhand. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. So, Australia here, there might be a little bit of room for Hong Kong, China, but the fact that Australia is just outnumbering in this particular end just makes Hong Kong, China think about their weight control here. As we saw yesterday, a lot of weight played in various disciplines. The key is, quite often, is getting to that tee area if you do miss. Beautiful shot, Dawn Heyman. You can see that beautiful Tiftdorf greens here at Broadbeach, getting around the front Hong Kong China bowl and getting back easily to the centre rink. That just shows the nice, generous turn that these greens provide.
Indy Conlon watching on as well, saying up the Aussies. Indy, a very accomplished bowler, actually won the Mega Bowl at the Australian Open last year, the first Mega Bowl of the tournament. It's another beauty of the Australian Open. There's not just the tournament, there's the extra events, the Mega Bowl on the night before and the second Saturday. Just $10 cash, and you can go home with a cool cash prize, as Indy Conlon certainly found out.
Dawn Heyman on a higher line here, but if she manages to just pass Jack, it'll have some value. So that's a really good value there. It's shadowing or just covering that wing bowl out there to the right of Hong Kong China. So that'll just force Angel So just to try and dead draw this now, as opposed to maybe flirting with this head. Dawn Heyman, that's perfect seconding, one on and one just behind.
So some live scores. Bring you these throughout the day. Men's triples action. Japan over England. Skipped by Kenta Treacher. 4-0 after 3. Thailand 4-1 after 3 over Scotland. Ireland lead Malaysia 2-1 after 3. And the Australians 3-0 over the USA after 3. So women's fours quarterfinal action. I'll bring you some more of those results as well. We know what's happening Hong Kong and Australia, but Scotland leading Canada 2-0, England and Wales 1-1, and New Zealand and South Africa. New Zealand leading that one 4-1 after 2.
Angel So falling short there. Won't be happy with that one. Just trying to play that soft touch draw her way out of trouble. And the weight control, so often you'll see, will be affected when the jack's hidden. Nothing better than, as we saw Corey Wedlock feature heavily yesterday in the game against France. If he wasn't right on the jack, he was quite often on the line covering the jack. It just changes the whole cosmetics of the head, taking away the visual target. As we see here, big correction required from Angel So. It'll be backhand again. Will she try and play weight to disturb it, or just try and correct the weight for the draw? Yeah, she's not far away here.
Not at all.
Doesn't want to shave the jack and run through. Well, she has. She's 3 down now,
Yep.
unfortunately, for Hong Kong, China. But it has given her skipper more room in Helen Chung. So Lindsay Clark, forehand. She'll really want to dot this. One right on top of it. You'll see a nice drawing hand, this one. Always traditionally the wider side here at Broadbeach. Look at this
Kelsey
come back
Cottrell,
nicely.
She's played here before. Oh, sorry, Lindsay Clark, I should say. Sorry.
But so has
Yep.
Kelsey Cottrell.
Yep.
And yeah, this is one of those ones, you know, you're 4 down. Okay, you've got a little bit of room for shot, not a lot, but it might be backhand with weight, trying to break the head open, or just try and dead draw it. Comes back to the the skipper's strengths and how they're feeling. Is it too early to potentially play weight, or just feel their way into the game, try and play a couple of soft draw shots, get some rhythm going?
Have a look at this from Linny. Carla Pizzi watching on. Good morning, Val and Barry. Good morning to you, and also John Walker live on the big screen at Winona Bolo. Fantastic. Hopefully you're all enjoying it down there.
Helen just on a nice line there. So just missing probably 4 feet over, so just missing her weight. But it's not, I wouldn't worry too much about having the back bowl away for Australia, but it might be something Kelsey might look to do with her first. Just get something back, as we can see the 2 blue bowls. The one on the centre line, the last bowl of Helen's. So that's enough to count from Kelsey.
Yep, so this is currently a 5 to the Australians, which is spelling danger signs for Hong Kong. Still plenty of room for Helen Chung to get herself in. But if she doesn't, there's an opportunity for a mighty collect from the Australians.
Helen Chung.
She's not far away here, but is she short?
It's been the drama this direction, Val. As you can see, all those blue bowls up the front. So one, they're not in the head and counting, but the biggest drama with those short bowls is they're not providing another option for the back-end players. So when looking to play weight, you always want something on or behind. And Kelsey Cottrell just asking this one to slow down. She has got about a yard of room to count. Will it get down in time?
Lindsay wants it to hold. I don't think that it has, but that is a 5. That is massive for Australia. And they make their move. 6-2 is the lead to the right at home, Jackaroos. Spilling the jack out there. Not ideal for Hong Kong, China. And it provided dividends for the green and gold. 15 ends, of course, Barry. And if you are more than 8 ahead with an end to play, or if it's not mathematically possible for your opposition to win, we don't play out the end. Shots up don't matter in the knockout stages.
Yeah, and both teams would have no doubt trained for this position. Scenario training's a very important part of the game. Go out there and play 3 or 4 ends, quick fire, in the position that you're down and in the position that you're up. And that's when the game's won and lost.
The Australian team on fire. And Christina Christic with a beauty.
In scenario training, you can do it all levels, all disciplines. Go out during the week, put up on the scoreboard, 23 to 18 down, you being the one on 18, and go and try and win against your opponent, even at club level in your training. And it's so important to do it, because one of the number one questions I get asked, Barry, how do you win the close games? And scenario training, a lot of sports do it. And these Aussies do a lot of it, especially putting scenarios together about environments, conditions.
I was wishing Richmond would do a bit of that in the AFL. Losing a couple of close games early on in the year. Cost us finals. Melbourne have no such problem, Baz.
Injuries are hurting us, but hopefully the Ds can hang on. As we see, beautiful bowling, Christina Christic, 1-on-1 behind.
Great leading.
But there's a bit of a issue forming here for Hong Kong, China. It's those short bowls.
And I think they tried the long end before. It kind of worked, but now the Aussies they've got their feel on. They are looking very, very promising.
Yeah. I think it's one of those ones now. It's sort of, Dawn Heyman, jack down the line. Oh, that's hidden the jack beautifully.
Wow. And that's 3 at the moment for Australia. It will change, but Dawn, every end, has dished up something fantastic. And, well,
something's got to change here for me, Val.
this is Dawn's morning.
Those front 2 bowls of Hong Kong, China, I think they're bogey bowls. I think they're out of the game, so why go near them? I think it's backhand for China in this direction now. Play the open hand, play the percentage. As we see Kelsey Cottrell calling for forehand for Dawn Heyman. The reason for that is Kelsey knows she doesn't want Dawn to move that front bowl in front of the jack. It just opens things up. Dawn Heyman having to switch hands and readjust here. Can she do it? Well, it is always pretty hard to switch hands.
She almost got through that gap cold then, but, well, that'll be enough to count.
Yeah, so
Brad Clark walking past us.
Hong Kong persisting on this forehand, looking to cut it back. Maybe not to get the shot, just to draw something jack high.
So the Clark family watching on. The Heyman fan base watching on now.
Needs to hurry.
Has Phyllis Scott. Cuts it down to 3, but still short. A lot of fans coming through for what the Australians are doing so far in the comments. England have drawn back level against Japan in the men's triples quarterfinal at 4-all after 4. Thailand over Scotland. That's Alex Marshall and Paul Foster. 5-1 after 4. Ireland and Malaysia 2 apiece after 4. And then Australia racing away to a 6-0 lead over America. Scotland.
As we see, yeah, Lindsay Clark here. Sorry, Val.
That's all right.
Just want to point out, Lindsay Clark here, does she cover or try and get another one in there? I think this is the right shot here for Lindsay, just to get something back in case they start to go on the attack, Hong Kong, China. Sorry, Val.
No, that's okay. Scotland leading Canada at 3-2 on the next rink over in the women's fours quarterfinal. 7-1 in favour of England over Wales. They are on fire. I think that's what the big cheer was. An 8-1 for New Zealand against South Africa. So a couple of big leads forming already in the women's fours quarterfinals. Canada and Scotland looks to be the closest so far. Right here, though, Hong Kong finding themselves on the back foot very, very early, Barry Lester.
Yeah, and I think they've just got to change hands. Just got to start fresh, try something new. As you can see, the left-hand side of the rink, there's 3 bowls to negotiate, but on the right-hand side of the rink, there's only the 1. So it's just the percentages of the game presents itself. And Angel So has to try and negotiate those front ones. And, well, she's going to punch into that other bowl of Hong Kong.
Wow, that is a fortunate result.
So with weight, just halving that front bowl of Hong Kong, China, and getting it in for shot with weight.
So they've turned things around here, Hong Kong. And it's nestled in beautifully here.
They're nearly
That's
too
time.
deep around here, Val.
Yep.
Too deep, the crowd.
Yep, time for Kelsey now. Oh, sorry, Lindsay, to try and sit this one out. So she goes on the backhand. Had to take a little bit of weight off the one that she played before. Now she's not a hell of a lot wrong with it, but that's going into the ditch. She wasn't far away, but Kelsey's going to have to try and do something herself.
Yeah, Angel So back to the draw now after playing a bit of a flirty runner. So forehand it is. Same thing. Got to negotiate those front bowls. Can she get down in time to get another one around the head? Oh, she's going to get in nicely. Well, that falls. It's not far away, but as it sits, one to Hong Kong, China. And Kelsey Cottrell, we saw what she can do on her backhand in this direction 2 ends ago.
So Hong Kong pull one out of the hat. And and force Australia to defend here. Kelsey Cottrell needs this one to get around the front. It's going to crash in.
Oh, she's opened it up.
It has opened it up. Exactly right.
Yeah, nice weight from Kelsey there, just to try and work around that front bowl or turn that front bowl up. Plan B, she's created a path with her next. Helen Chung, forehand.
A win here, Barry, for Australia or Hong Kong means that they go home with a medal. There's no bronze medal playoffs, 2 bronze awarded. So any win for either team in the quarterfinals of the 8 that are left go home with a medal. Lindsay Clark in her final World Bowls Championships, her final event as a right-at-home Jackaroo, would love to go home with a gold as this needs to get down and clear the front. It doesn't.
Yeah, good attempt from Kelsey. Probably just a fraction underweight, but trying to just dead draw it. Great attempt. Really nice line. So Hong Kong, China holding 1. Helen Chung. Nice weight here. Don't think it's going to get back in time, though. So 1 it is. So nice little response there from Hong Kong.
Yep. It's exactly what they needed after dropping a 5 in the previous end. So 6-3 in favour of the Australians. We are a third of the way through this one. Australia, they're looking good. Hong Kong were on the back foot in that end. They were down, I think it was 4 at some stage.
Yeah, winning more ends is Hong Kong, China, 3-2.
But they've dropped a 5. The only multiple
yeah, those
was that
clangers.
5.
Yeah, those clangers hurt, Val. Come back to haunt you. As I've said previously, you've got to be winning the ends, ideally more than your opposition. And as you're doing that, offense, defense, while you're defending, just make sure that those numbers are only either 1s or 2s. As you start getting into the big multiples, the 4s and 5s, they're hard to get back.
They are. This has been a great start from the Aussies, though. They've been in the area constantly, and the fact that, yes, they've dropped 3 ends, but they've only been singles, and they're making Hong Kong work for everything. Cheryl Chan, Phyllis Wong, Angel So, and Helen Chung looking to progress through to the semi-finals.
Kelsey Cottrell skipping this Australian team, as she did at World Bowls in 2016. One of the best stories in Australian Bowls history for me. Didn't get off the best start in 2016, did the women's 4s. They played well, just some results didn't quite go their way, and a big change was made, and they went on to win gold in 2016. So Australia defending their title here on home soil. Great crowd building, great local support. We see Hong Kong, China, well, they're a developing country, great facilities in Hong Kong, and Les Carter, well, a very experienced state representative for South Australia, has been coaching them for a while now and doing a great job with especially their development, a lot of youth in their teams.
Hong Kong are 4-time World Bowls Championships gold medalists, and in the women's events in 1977, Helen Wong and Alvie Chock taking home the women's pairs in Worthing, and then in 1981, Lena Saddick, Ray O'Donnell and Linda King taking home the women's triples in Toronto. So they've got form in this event, Hong Kong.
Yeah, absolutely love their bowls over there. Play a lot of night bowls in Hong Kong because of the warm conditions. Either start late afternoon or early evening, play well into the evening, as if you wouldn't over there with their facilities.
They sound absolutely amazing. And in the men's, Baz, in 1972 in Worthing, Eric Liddell and Sacco Delgado. And then in 1980 in Melbourne, Omar Dalla, Eric Liddell again, George Souza and Philip Chock taking home the men's 4. So they're their 4 gold medals. Australia, however, have won a total of 29, including the team trophies, the Leonard and Taylor trophies.
Yeah, George Souza, very famous name, Hong Kong bowls. Nice. Well, great effort there. Just sliding through. Well, around the front and then under the bowl there at 9 o'clock. So just missing any connection. Wanting bowl or jack.
Now, Baz, what do the Hong Kong front pair of Cheryl Chan and Phyllis Wong have to do to combat Chrissy and Dawn? Because the way that Christina Christic and Dawn Heyman are bowling at the front end, and you can see another one there, they are setting things up beautifully for Lindsay Clark and Kelsey Cottrell. And you were saying yesterday, you know, the front end wins your ends, the back end decides by how many.
Oh, for me, it's I think it's fairly easy to see. Just the front end struggling a little bit, and it's always on the same hand. So if you're just not finding a particular hand or length, you just need to reset, blank canvas it, and start fresh somewhere else. And for me, it's more bowls on the left side of the screen or that side of the rink for Hong Kong China. Just find a new turn, find a new arc, and even find a new hand. And that might be the turning point. So as we see the 3 front bowls for Hong Kong China, they're just out of the game, having no effect on these particular heads. As we see, well, Angel So falling short. So 4 out of the 5 bowls we see up the front there are Hong Kong China's. And what that is, it's not only are they out of the game, but they're not past the jack. So it just creates less opportunities for the third and skip to be able to play weight, knowing that they haven't got bowls to play to. So for me, I'd be getting Cheryl Chan swap hands. Just looking for the Hong Kong China's manager. I think that would be a very vital little change, because just at this stage, that's the difference for me. As much as Australia's playing good, Hong Kong are just a little bit loose at the moment.
Yep, the short bowls don't help, and we always say being on or past where the lead should be bowling, and Japan and England. So England a little bit of a fight back here, 5-4 in favour of Kenta Treach's Japan in the men's triples, and Scotland down 5-1 against Thailand. Now it's 5-4 after 5. Ireland lead Malaysia 4-2. Australia lead the USA 6-2.
Angel So looking for some connection here on this forehand I spoke about, and that is where the game needs to be played, I feel, for Hong Kong China. More percentages out on that hand. Just seems to be a wider drawing side. Sometimes when you just reset your eyes and see something fresh, it might be what can get the job done.
Lindsay's going for this bowl. She's close. Just shaving past. My word, she was not far away.
Yeah, that's the speed. Great speed from Lindsay Clark. She's achieved a couple of back bowls out of it. As we see, if you look at the head, if you look at the Australian bowls in isolation, 4 red bowls in there to Hong Kong 6. So that's the name of the game. Critical mass is where the game's played. Bowls in the head, trying to outnumber your opponent. And then if a position lies where you need to play a weighted shot, you've got the numbers in there and you've got more opportunities.
Certainly, Baz. And next door, 4-2, Canada leads Scotland in the women's fours quarterfinal. 7-3, England lead Wales. And it is 8-3 New Zealand over South Africa. So they are the 4 matches going on here on Green 1 at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. The World Bowls Championships, the first week about to reach its climax.
Helen Chong, well, look at that. That's what I'm talking about, Val. See that turn? That's going to help your weight control every day of the week. That arcing turn, getting back to centre line easily. Helen threw that out on the high line. It came back nice. Don't know if it's enough to count, but more high effective and percentage bowls on this side of the rink, I feel. This particular rink, and just off the Australian Open rink here, as you know, in the Australian Open, Val, we play a lot of finals out here on Green 1 in this direction. And it is a notorious sharp turning side, is the left-hand side of the screen. It's Kelsey Cottrell. Can she get back to the jack there? Oh, mighty effort. So Helen Chung, well, this is what it's all about now. Trying to own the rink. See Hong Kong, China there just taking their time, discussing all the positives and negatives, looking at all the pros and cons. As much as they want to score more shots and get back in front, well, unfortunately, it's not going to happen this end. They just have to now consolidate and cover any damage that may happen if Kelsey Cottrell gets on the charge and moves that jack. See those red bowls of Australia out to the left of the screen there. Not quite reaching as much as she would like, Helen, but the intent was there. So I love this here. So you'll see Lindsay and Kelsey front of the rink, and now you watch them walk around to the back of the rink. So 360 view of the head before making up your selection. So Kelsey looking at all the options from behind the head, and now back to the front of the head with Lindsay.
Yep.
I'll have one more chat, and then sign off on it. Done. That's it now. They've both agreed. There's nothing to think about, nothing to talk about. Just got to go and play the shot. So great example of rink management, head management, and for Kelsey Cottrell, 500-plus games for Australia. You won't get many better in the game. Front-end view, back view, and then decide which shot, and then now execute. Nothing else going through Kelsey's mind other than to execute at this shot now. Forehand it is, looking for the jack as they've got a lot of the back bowls. Australia needs to hold, just missing under. So just trying to, it's one paddle, so one to Hong Kong, China. So it's a
good end for them. If
couple of ends in a row since dropping that number, Val. So that's actually 4 ends out of the
six.
That's good hustle from Hong Kong. Will we see now the Hong Kong lead switch hands or persist on this forehand? If she does, it's so important to try and get that first one up and out of the way. Hey, Joe. So can we get Cheryl Chan's first bowl to reach? Jack high or beyond. Oh, it's a nice start over that length. Well, she's done it. She's back.
There we go. That's exactly what they needed, because it's been left up to Angel and Helen to fix things at the end, and they've done a good job of it, but can get an equal performance across the board. It'll go a long way to determining the result here.
Yeah, Christine Christic, she won't be far away. She's been rock solid this match, has so Dorney backing her up well, and Christina, she's trying hard here.
Not far away at all from Chrissy, just going to drop short, I believe.
Yeah, about 20 inches short, that one, Val.
Not far off.
Well, it's game on now. Hong Kong, China winning 4 ends of the 6. Australia picking up that huge 5 on the 4th end.
That's been the major factor so far, and we haven't seen too many 5s. There was that important one for France yesterday, but there's only been 2 that we've seen. So, Hong Kong, they're pushing. They've won 4 of the 6 ends so far. Australia have been close to breaking it open, just haven't done so as of yet.
Christina Christic looking to correct 20 inches. Well, that is perfection if you're not shot.
Yep.
So if you are not actually trying, or if you're not actually drawing the shot in this position, ideally get something behind. And she split the 2 Hong Kong bowls up well. As we see Helen Chung indicating with her right foot where she wants this delivery from Phyllis Wong to finish.
Something special going on for the English over there against Wales. They're in a very commanding position. Michael, we are at the Broadbeach Bowls Club this morning. Australia pushing for a semi-final berth. This is the event that they have so dominated. They've won 2 of the last 3 women's fours tournaments, looking to make it 3 out of 4.
Good intent there from Dawn Heyman. Just a fraction high. Oh, sorry, fraction narrow. Just missing the shot bowl of Hong Kong China and sliding on through. But this is ditch to ditch. This is 36 metres.
It's a Kelsey Cottrell specialty, this length.
Hong Kong China trying to pack the heads. See Phyllis Wong. Don't think that one stayed up. No, so that one's on the bank. That won't feature anymore for this end. So a couple of bowls on the bank for each country. Minor correction required from Dawn Heyman. This is one of her specialties. Just turn the shot bowl up. And that's what you want a second doing all day long, just playing that beautiful weight control, giving bowls a chance. As we see there's 2 or 3 options, a couple of bowls and jack available, and Dawn Heyman's played that perfect. Just backed a little bit of weight off, knowing that she wanted to stay on the green if she missed, and now Australia lie a pretty good head.
She's having some sort of a match, is Dawn Heyman. Australia, they've won 2 ends of the 6 so far, which is interesting considering the scoreline, but as we said, one of those was a big 5. They were on the verge of scoring a 4 before. Scotland have done something good on the next rink over. So plenty happening here at Broadbeach. We'll bring you some more updates very, very shortly. What's happening in the men's triples as well.
Yeah, Angel So. That's just a bit of a loose bowl there.
Yep.
That's that ditch to ditch. You want your tempo timing, all your rhythm, everything spot on over that distance. 36 metres. It's some length, that is. And trying to get close to something a couple of inches wide over that distance takes a lot of training and effort. One of the best exponents of that, Lina Ahmed from Malaysia. Wow, 2002 gold, 2006 gold, Commonwealth Games.
She's a superstar.
Widely renowned for just going ditch to ditch at both venues in Manchester and Darebin. And that's how she did it. And if you're playing back at club level or at any level, to be able to master a length, you've got to put the training in. And that's what these athletes do out here, as we see Angel So again. Well, connection on the front. Still flirting with those front bowls in that particular hand. Not quite missing. So Lindsay Clark on the backhand.
So is she going for this bowl?
Yeah, looking to sit that shot bowl of Hong Kong China.
Far away, but it won't get there, and that is going to roll into the ditch. Kelsey picks it up and pops it on the bank. So the skips make their changeover again. It's Hong Kong that are holding sway.
Yeah, good effort there from Linz. Just a fraction high. I like that weight because it created another option. If she was tight, she put the Australian bowl onto the jack for 3. So I think that's that contingency bowl. You always got to be thinking, if you're a bowl under, a bowl high, what are the other results? And for Lindsay, I think that was really good weight. Just be there, give it a chance. As you see, the Hong Kong bowl is very lonely in there. Definitely outnumbered. Alan Chung, she's trying to get another one in there now on the forehand. Trying to navigate the front bowl. She doesn't want to connect. Well, she's missed, but just slid on through. Still handy, though. Big effort.
So, can Hong Kong win a 5th of 7 ends here?
Kelsey Cottrell, backhand with weight. Looks to be on a tight line. If she clears the front, she was a chance. Just
She
halving
won't.
off.
So it does open things up. One more to come. Or maybe not.
Yeah, not sure. Might change her weight control now. How good's that? Botswana team walking past. Morning. How good is it?
The very polite man you are, Barry.
Oh, it's just great to see. You know, I've been fortunate to play in the World Bowls, and you meet people from all around the world, of course, and just to see and wonder if if obviously you haven't been to a lot of those countries, but just to see and wonder how they got involved in the bowls, what their facilities look like in their particular countries, and for someone like myself, just love the game of bowls. It's great to see people sharing the same love and passion all around the world, and here they are on the Gold Coast, trying to try their best for their countries. As Kelsey Cottrell, backhand again, looking for the shot bowl of Hong Kong, China.
She might be under here.
And just under, so
Another one to Hong Kong, China. And, well, they've won 3 ends on the bounce and 5 of the 7 so far. And when Australia looked like they were possibly going to run away with things, Hong Kong have really stuck at it. Australia have constantly had things in the head. They've constantly had bowls around. That's why they're in front, because they did score a 5. They have not had a loose end at all. But Hong Kong have just been able to find that shot more often than not at the moment. 5 ends of the 7. 6-5 though, an Australian lead. Very intriguing contest so far. Men's triples also happening here at Broadbeach. Japan pull away from England yet again. 8-4 is the lead. They've scored a 3. Thailand and Scotland after 7. They're at 6 all. Ireland and Malaysia 5 all. The Australians 12-2 over the USA. 11 ends to go there. All the para-disciplines to come this morning as well, or this afternoon. Christina Christic, the Western Australian wonder.
yeah, lovely shot from Christina. Cheryl Chan looking for now 6 feet of weight. Ideally, if she can't get shot, just get behind. Give her teammates a chance. Well, that's much better from Cheryl. Christina Christique. Back her in to draw another close one here. Pole and the pressure. And it's a small win happening for Hong Kong, China at the moment, as you said, Val. Winning 5 of the 7 ends. You've got to be conscious of that. I know the score doesn't read that you're in front, but grab the positives there, winning more ends against Australia on their home soil. As Christina backs it up with another good shot. She's been rock solid this match.
Yep, Australia's front 2 have been superb. Chrissy and Dawn really putting the the Hong Kong China products on the back foot.
Phyllis Wong, not far away here. Oh, that's a great shot. That might even be the boss.
It might be, Baz.
We'll soon find out. Kelsey will let us know. Well, yeah, I think it might be. Love that call, yep. Dawn Heyman. This is her specialty. Just work up there with a yard, 4 feet of weight. Turn the front bowl of Australia. Get down to the Hong Kong bowl. And just underweight on that occasion. Dawn won't be far away with the next, so Hong Kong need to get another one in there.
This is the thing. Australia are pushing the Hong Kong China team to make something extraordinary each end. Wales were down before. I think it was 8-1 to... Trying to get a quick score update for you now. We'll bring you those in a sec.
Okay. As we see here, scores at Broadbeach Bowls Club. Very close. Quarterfinal action.
Wait for this one to come down.
That's an amazing shot.
It is.
That's
Brilliantly done.
backhand jack on the nose. Trailing the jack away, so Dawn Heyman now.
Phyllis coming to the party. So here's Dawn. New Zealand leads South Africa 9-3 in their contest.
Yeah, took a bit more time on this one, did Dawn Heyman. Just steadied a bit more behind the mat. She's close here.
Dawn Heyman. Dawn Heyman. You've got to be better than that, Hong Kong, says Dawn. Brilliantly done from the Australian. England and Wales 7-6. Wales have pegged that one back. It was 7-1 before.
Yeah, some big rivalries going on there.
And Scotland leading Canada 5-4.
England and Wales doesn't get much bigger than that. As we see, Dawn Heyman, she just sat that bowl beautifully, worked off and grabbed some chalk on the way out. But it does sit jack high, that bowl of Australia. Angel So will be trying to get right into this head here, sit the bowl, move the jack out of there. Try and get it with her first, ideally. Looks to be under. Doesn't want to promote the other bowl of Australia.
No, she needs to clear that, and she will. She'll,
Wow.
well,
Val Febo. Well, I don't think
she
they've got
wasn't,
shot, but
she wasn't going for it, but it almost worked out for Hong Kong, as it did when Australia was holding 4 on end number 5.
yeah, fortunate result there from Angel So.
So she was in the area, but
Well,
it's not what she had the weight.
3 or 4 bowls narrow, looking for some form of connection on shot bowl or jack, just getting the back of their nearest.
Well, she was in the area of the head anyway.
Yeah, well put, Val. So this is one of those shots here. It all comes back to offense, defense. Do you defend? Take the one and defend where you might be a number down. So you can see there at the bottom of the screen, Australia's 2 down. So this is a defensive play by Lindsay, discussed with Kelsey, just to cover the danger. Or the opposite to that would be an offensive play where you look to get in first, trail the jack, sit the shot bowl of Hong Kong, China. And they've covered the danger first, which they've been able to achieve, covering the danger and get the tee. So Angel So here, looking for more line, similar weight. She's under again. That's what that hand does here at Broadbeach. The south side, it just turns in nicely off the ditch. It is a sharper side. See there, Angel So missing tight both sides, both occasions. It's something I've seen year after year on these beautiful greens here at Broadbeach. Traditionally, one side of the rink just been fractionally wider, and players now well and truly into this game, they've got to be combating that. They've got to be knowing the smarts of this rink and the green and the conditions, as the flags still don't really move much, just ever so slightly. So still spoilt with great conditions are the players, as both skips walk to the mat. Big moment in this match here. Hong Kong, China looking for 4 ends in a row, and 6 of the last 7. As Helen Chung shapes up on the forehand here. For me, it's going to be around about that 6 feet of weight, looking to dislodge the shot bowl of Australia, get into that split and kick the jack out. Need to start it high and trust that it'll get back. This is not far away here from Helen Chung. Has she got the weight?
Helen Chung.
Played it well.
Very well. For the Rock of the Blue.
Kelsey Cottrell, well, does she try and get another one in there? Backhand, looking to sit the second shot bowl up through the funnel. Well, she's just going to try and get around this front wing bowl and get into a protection area.
Just rocks in, so... Helen
3
Chung.
seconds. 3 seconds, Val. That's the key to the game.
Yep.
This shot is completely different if you don't have bowls in the head. You've got to be careful of so many more things, bowl movement, jack movement. But Helen Chung, she can really do what she wants here, knowing she's got bowls in the head. Going for 4 ends in a row is Hong Kong China.
Helen Chung, she looks tight.
And underweight, so she'll be disappointed with that. Yeah, a bit of a tap on the leg.
So Australia, barring a catastrophe here, will finally win another end. They've only won the 2. Lindsay Clark watches this one come down. Kelsey safe. And Australia move ahead. 7-5 after 8. We've crossed the halfway point of this match. Anyone's game. Barry Lester's filming some reels, are you?
No, I'm just sending a photo to Graham McKee, who's tuning in from Ireland. Graham and I played against each other back in Hong Kong in 2012, 2013, and a good mate of mine is Graham McKee. And it's great to see people tuning in, receiving plenty of messages from people around the world. Speaking to Jerry Baker the other day, South African legend of lawn bowls is Jerry Baker. Just a great to connect, and the Festival of Bowls might be here on the Gold Coast in terms of the World Championships, but for the players, the former players, we've heard from former players this week, and current players and spectators from all around the world tuning in. It's great to hear from them. Christina Christic, good lead bowl, especially in falls format. Get that first one up into a good area. As Cheryl Chan comes down and puts one 6 inches in behind the jack, right on the centre line. Jack length only 26 metres. It's one of the shorter ends for this match as we see the mat right up. A lot of green in behind that mat. Christina, lovely reply. That is the boss.
It is.
Side resting toucher. Well, not quite resting, but side toucher. Falling on the jack. And Cheryl Chan repeat the dose here. Touch the jack for 2. Or at least just get another one around it. As we see the bowl finishing nicely here. That's great leading from both players.
Well, the front end battle is heating up a little bit, as is the temperature.
Yeah,
currently peaking at 20.
And a little bit more finish starting to happen on the green here, Val. That moisture, that overnight dew, that's now dried up. And the green speed probably now half a second quicker. Just see the bowls finishing a little bit better. Majority of the bowls now starting to reach, as opposed to just that little bit of holding early.
Dawn popping one about 4 o'clock.
Yeah, good call there, Val. 4 o'clock, so you can call it that way. Can you please put a bowl at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so on. Quite often the players will just stand where they want a bowl. But as we see here, Phyllis Wong, she's starting to make her way into this game. Short length. Her job here is just to arrive.
So Australia have changed this, haven't they?
Yeah, they've definitely gone shorter. Just trying to bring more touch into it, a bit more feel. And Cheryl Chan was up for it with her first bowl and her second bowl. 2 bowls inside 18 inches. And now Australia holding one, but just need to be strategic now, knowing that they're 3 down at the back all of a sudden. Oh, sorry, 1 down at the back all of a sudden with Phyllis Wong's bowl on the tee. So get in early perhaps while it's open.
Dawn and Chrissy jog together.
Yeah, as you see, that's just the rules as well, the sport. Christina Christic can't follow her second bowl, but she can follow Dawn Heyman's second bowl. She can't go to the head until the second's played her second bowl. And you can see on the right side of the screen there, you can see a couple of the Jackaroos, but all 4 standing right next to each other. So it's a great visual. It's part of the chemistry, part of the communication. Phyllis Wong's trying to remove the jack out of their head. Well, just missing under. Getting a lot of comments coming in, Val. We've got people from all around the world. How good is it to see?
It is. It's fantastic. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's that Truman Show line. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. England and Japan in the men's triples. Japan leading 9-7 after 9. Scotland have taken the lead over Thailand 9-7 after 10. Well, I think this is wrong. 56 Ireland, Malaysia 5 after 8. That's mathematically impossible. So I'm going to say that that's 6-5.
Power play.
Yeah, it must have been. Multiply that by 4. And Australia lead the USA 14-4 after 10. So Australia look in complete control.
Yeah, Scotland here. John Fleming got their noses in front, 7-4. As we see, Angel So, one of the younger members of the Hong Kong China setup, backhand, going to come down and just try and draw the shot. If she can lift that bowler, Christina Christix, with no jack.
It's coming.
What a shot, Angel So.
Just call me Angel in the morning.
Well done, Val. Great call. We won't. We'll get our viewers to tell us the artist of that song. I know you've been waiting to use that one for a while.
All morning.
So fill us in on who the artist of that song is.
And
as Lindsay Clark
clears it out. And we will resume. I reckon Australia has the tee. Or are they one down?
It's very close. We'll soon find out. Jack goes down on the tee. So the jack has to be not on the tee, but I'll explain this the best I can for our viewers. So the jack doesn't go on the tee. The front of the jack needs to be on the back of the rink. So no part of the jack can be actually in play. Needs to be on the edge of play. So very important game of millimetres when it comes to placing the jack. As we see there, we're not quite sure, Val, who's got it.
Well, we'll find out very soon, but Angel So will have to bring something out here. She's gone past, so that's in the ditch. Lindsay Clark's bowl has remained in the ditch as a toucher.
Well done, Chris. Joyce Newton is the artist.
Yep.
I reckon Google might have featured there from Chris. So Australia locked in a great battle here with Hong Kong, China. Helen Chung, very experienced player, as is Kelsey Cottrell. Kelsey Cottrell debuting for Australia 18 years ago. On the backhand, looking for this bowl of Hong Kong China. Well, bit of action out the side. We're not getting a clear run.
So I reckon Hong Kong might just have this at the moment, Baz. Yeah, all the comments coming in. Juice Newton.
Okay, forehand from Helen Chung. Needs to get down now. Just falling a yard short. So pretty good line to get back where she wanted to go. Just that yard of weight lacking. Yeah, so you've crossed that song off the list now. Have you, Val? How many more have you got, mate? I'm sure
that's probably
Angel
the only
features a lot. As Kelsey Cottrell is looking for this Hong Kong China bowl.
Not far off.
Yeah, Angel features a lot in many lyrics, many songs.
It does.
And so far, Angel So, she has really come on the last 4 or 5 ends as Helen Chung needs to find a yard of weight. Clear path. Can she get back now?
Needs it to turn. It was a good effort, but not enough. Hong Kong back on the board. They've only dropped 3 ends of the 9. One of those, as we said before, Baz, N4 was a 5 to Australia, and that's why they hold the ascendancy on the scoreboard. We've got 6 ends to play. Australia by 1. We are going down to the wire. The front end for Australia has been magnificent. Helen Chung has pulled out some ripping bowls. That time it was Angel So. But we have got contests aplenty here. So we have a look at the men's triples competition quarterfinals action underway there. Japan lead England 10-7. Scotland lead Thailand by that very same scoreline. Ireland lead Malaysia 7-5, so that 56 is now gone. And Australia against the USA, the Aussies leading that 16-4. So putting the scare of the French behind them. Christina Christic steps to the mat on the backhand. New Zealand 10-6 over South Africa. Christina Christic, has she got enough on this?
She's playing this backhand beautifully.
Oh, yeah. She's having a great morning.
Cheryl Chan, it's just happening a few too many times. That first bowl short. Looking to always correct in this direction. And they're cheering this one on. They're liking it. Helen Chung, she's got her finger up. Can Cheryl Chan make the correction of the day? Well, she can. That's 6 feet of weight on the same line. It's not always how many you play, but it's when you play them. And that's a big shot in the moment of this match on the 10th end. 5 ends to go.
Baz, that was your call yesterday on it. Ringside Live shot of the day. Carl Healy's bomb against France. It's not when you play them. It is... Oh, sorry, it is. It's not how many you play. It's when you play them. Christina Christic, she's been playing them all morning. Has she done enough? Probably not.
Yeah, just sticking onto the front one there did Christina Christic. So 1 shot to Hong Kong China. The Cheryl Chan corrected bowl. Now Hong Kong China, they've got to defend this head now. They've got to get bowls past. Australia won't be far away as the great Ryan Burnett walks past. Scottish superstar from the Club Pine Rivers.
He'll be watching his fiancée, Caitlin Inch.
Some big names in the house, not only playing but supporting. A lot of the players that aren't featuring anymore in this event gathered around these greens, supporting their countrymen. And that's what it's about. Big seas of red and yellow, gold and green, blue. Everyone in their colours supporting. The staircase here at Broadbeach Bowls Club is covered in Hong Kong China supporters. They're loving this action, having a crack against the Aussies.
So Barry Lester, Alan Ryan, 100% confirmed through to the quarterfinals of the women's singles. She only had to score 8 shots today to confirm that. And she's beaten Argentina 21-9. So she is in some sort of ominous form.
Rapid fire time.
That's why they call her Flash.
So here we go. Dawn Heyman. That's the roles and responsibilities of a second. You got to play a bit of everything. Draw, swing, convert, turn things around. She's been asked to do that here. She's stalking it, wanting it to hold.
Dawn Heyman.
Wow.
Knocked, well.
Looking for that bowl through Jack Val, just getting an
away.
edge and then working her way out of the hole.
Things are sort of open now for a little trail for the Aussies if they want it. If Angel So can't do anything about it. What has Angel got?
So it'll be backhand. The perfect result is trail the jack down the line. Just hide the jack would be key for Hong Kong China here. Still wide open here for Australia to turn the jack around the corner for 3 or sit the bowl. Just missing on a high line is Angel So.
So Lindsay Clark steps to the mat or strides to the mat. This is a Massive end in the context of this because Hong Kong have not been in front since end 3. They haven't even been level since that. They've been pegging the lead back. They dropped 3 ends, but Australia through that 5. Looking good.
So, Lindsay Clark, nice line. Good draw line, just missing slightly high. That's a great home from Lindsay. Can't play that much better outside of actually picking up the jack. The beauty of that shot from Lindsay, she's played the correct weight, and that puts her in good stead with her next delivery. Finishing good areas creates opportunities. Okay.
So,
Angel Sode, yeah, missed opportunity there. Falling short. They really needed another one behind Jack.
Lindsay Clark. Opportunity for her. Of course, the winner of this goes through to the semis to take on Scotland or Canada. Australia have already played Canada. Lindsay's close. She's mightily close, Lindsay Clark.
That'll do for one.
It will.
Yeah, so she played it so well with her first, did Lindsay Clark, just missing 2 bowls high. And now she's gone from 1 down to 1 up, just moving the jack aside.
Is it 2, Barry?
Just the 1.
Oh, no, yep. Looking at the head. Got a clear view of it through the crowd here. You are right,
So,
as usual.
No, not as usual at all. It's just the way those angles set up. You'd favour the belly of the Hong Kong China bowl.
So, now the pressure on Hong Kong to try and respond because Australia continue to hold them at bay. They haven't dropped a multiple yet, which is so important just to have bowls in the area, which they have done. They've been so consistent. And when you can pounce, they have.
Yeah, Helen Chang, she'll be not that far away here, I believe. With all her experience, she knows it's a big opportunity for her. I didn't pick her playing backhand, though. It must be a draw shot that she's looking to play here. I'm not quite sure what's happening. Maybe she's backing herself to clear these front bowls. High degree of difficulty.
Not a bad effort.
Well, the track was all over it, Val.
She was. So now it's up to Kelsey. What's the go? What would you be doing? If you're Kelsey Cottrell right now, Barry, where are you sending this?
Yeah, as we see there, Australia, they're holding shot. It's just short of 9 o'clock there, that bowl, Australia. If Kelsey can come down and lay it down, it's less vulnerable to be moved then. That's the key to that bowl of Australia. If it was laying down, it needs to be moved with more momentum. So if Kelsey can lay it down, even potentially turn the front one up for 2. As you can see, that pocket of bowls there from Australia just catching. So Kelsey's added another one there.
So Hong Kong have to respond to that and put another one there because that's a very welcoming sight of red.
Yeah, well, that might be part of Helen's experience here. She might be thinking, you know what, it's very hard to get shots, so why don't I protect the damage? We're well and truly in this game with 4 ends to play. So if she can get into that little red pack at the back there, she's done pretty well. So if she flops off that bowl, well, from a protection point of view, you can't play it any better. So that'll leave a dead draw here for Kelsey Cottrell.
So an opportunity for Kelsey Cottrell to try and pop in a second and keep Australia in front. Scotland leading Canada 9-4 next door. That's the semi-final opponent for this match, possibly. Final bowl of N10. 5 to play after this. Kelsey Cottrell for a second for Australia.
Yeah, a bit of a tap on the leg from Kelsey. She knew. Beautiful line, just lacking a little bit of weight. Lovely conversion from Lindsay Clark. After just missing with her first attempt, only minor correction required. She made that and was rewarded.
Well, Hong Kong have still won more ends, but Australia hold a 2-shot margin as we round the bend into the final 5 ends. Australia have been mighty. Just one multiple scored from the 10 ends so far. The heads have been consistent. They've been congested.
That's right, Val. You remove that multiple, and let's say you just give Australia one. All of a sudden, the score's completely different. But the beauty of this match for me has been there's only been 14 shots scored for the entire match. And in fours, when you've got the capability of scoring high numbers, it just goes to show both teams aren't giving too much away here. And if you look at a pennant match, the traditional pennant match that's played anywhere in Australia across 21 ends, you'll see that after around the 10 or 11 ends, quite often you'll see a lot more shots scored than this. But at international level, players all on the top of their game, really playing smart, playing that offensive, defensive game to the best of their ability. Christina comes down on a nice opening draw shot, forehand. I love that as a good starter. As we saw in the previous end, when the jack moved, it moved to a back bowl. That's where you want to be early days in a lead battle, giving them a chance.
So in the triples, the Japanese lead the English 10-9 as they look for a semi-final berth after 10. 8 ends to play there. Scotland still 10-7 over the Thai team. Ireland lead Malaysia 7-5. And Australia powering ahead 16-4 over the United States of America.
Christina Christic trying to repeat the dose, just something in behind, something in the area, something scoreable.
Well,
it's good shooting.
Chrissy continues her marvellous match. Dawn Heyman also playing an absolute blinder. The front end of Australia.
And at this stage of the match, that's what you want, Val. So not only are those bowls fairly close, but they're out of the way for her opposition and her teammates. So keeps the heads clean. And every opportunity still lies for both teams, and all the players to come. That bowl there, I don't feel will come into play, other than if weight is required later on.
So Wales and South Africa are making a charge in the other women's quarterfinals here, women's fours. New Zealand led that 10-4. It's now 10-9.
Australia packing them in here, Val. 3 bowls inside, 4 feet. And past Jack. So they're currently holding 3. It's now time for Hong Kong, China to stand up here, play a big one.
Of course, we've got 5 finals to come tomorrow. Vision impaired mixed pairs, para women's pairs, men's triples.
Phyllis Wong, well, too much room for her. She's drawn almost a knocker there. What a response from Phyllis Wong there. 3 down, 3 or 4 feet of room though, and she's made the most of it.
The other 2 finals to come tomorrow. This one and men's pairs. Dawn Heyman, not a bad shot at all. So those 4 red bowls loom ominously behind the shot. So, what have the Hong Kong team got? Well, that's in. That is a beauty.
They're the 2 best draw bowls nearly for this game. Phyllis Wong, not because of where they finished, but just for the circumstance. Getting on the mat 3 down and now holding 2.
Look at this come around, and you could tell the weight control was superb. Sublime, really. But now, Lindsay, is there a small opportunity now to push that jack straight into the mouth of those two Australian bowls at 7 o'clock, Barry Lester.
There sure is, Val, but I just want to focus on just those two bowls of Phyllis Wong's. The ability to be able to play the same hand, not be swapping and changing. So Phyllis was really confident drawing another, and she did. But backhand here for Lindsay. Jack into the hole, just missing high.
But not a bad home. It's
Yeah.
the back bowl.
That's right, Val. And that's the thing we've continued to talk about the last few days. You know, we see so many times the tee coming into play. So you're right. And
And if you're passed on a good line, it's valuable.
massive. So this potentially, with it becoming more and more of an attacking head for Australia, does that back bowl of Lindsay Clark's come into play. And as much as Hong Kong want to score more, they've only got 10 inches to add another one, whereas they've got metres of room to get to the tee. So it's going to be one of those ones soon where they're going to have to be conscious of that, because the Aussies, they'll start firing into this head soon if they can't draw it.
Angel So looking to get another one into this head.
Doesn't want to turn that down.
Doesn't, and that's not a bad home. So opportunity here for Lindsay Clark to get the momentum back for Australia. This is a really pivotal end here as we
Yeah.
round the bend towards the finish line.
Can Lindsay Clark play an absolute cracker here? He's a big weight looking to take the shot bowls out, which he is. Any jack movement, they have the tee. Need to clear the front.
Doesn't. So 2 balls left for the Aussies. 3 for Hong Kong. Angel So.
I think Hong Kong need to get to the tee here. Take the 2 and run. Lindsay just indicated what Australia's up to. They're into this head here. They're going to be trying to move that jack out of there, try and kill the end. Hong Kong trying to need a back bowl. Well, that bowl's not going to come into play, I feel.
Yeah, that's ineffective from Angel So. Now, Kelsey Cottrell has an opportunity. Australia have not won multiple ends in a row in this match. Doing it now would put them in a pretty good position.
Yeah, as much as they're holding 2 here, I suspect that Kelsey Cottrell with 2 big strikes will alter this head. And the luxury she's got is they've got that back bowl there, as you see at the bottom of the screen. That is the tee.
George Ellen Ryan is playing singles. That's why she's not in this team.
So Kelsey Cottrell, big weight, looking to open this head up, get the jack out of there. And, well, that's punched one of Hong Kong China's bowls back. Do they have the tee now?
No, I don't believe they do. I still think that's Australia.
Yeah, well, they've at least got one back now. So as you can see down the back of that head, it's all Australia, but just out to the right, Hong Kong now have a bowl that's gone back. So this is a huge moment now, Australia. Only 1 bowl left. Hong Kong holding 2, and it's not a big target. They have got a bit going for them, though, has Australia. 1, they have the tee, and 2, their nearest bowls are fairly protected. And the last thing Helen wants to do here, the Hong Kong trying to skip, is make this a bigger target. Yes, go near it if you're trying to draw another one, but not widen the target. I think it's going to be drawing to the tee. Yep, so as you can see there, open the body right up. And off it goes, backhand. Looking to get down to the back of this rink. Looking to get to the tee. Needs to turn. Well, she hasn't got the tee, but another back bowl at least.
So, Kelsey Cottrell again.
Well, this is why Kelsey
is
Cottrell
huge.
is skipping for Australia. She has a great drive on her.
This is absolutely massive.
What can she do? 2 down. Any jack movement. 1 on the tee. Taking her time. Off we go. Body language. Needs to get down for the jack. Just missing high.
Well, Barry, Hong Kong with An opportunity here, Helen Chung, to put them in front.
It's a tricky shot too, though, Val.
There's no jack movement required.
Absolutely. Helen doesn't want to be heavy here.
Because if that jack moves, it's like glass. The Australian bowls will come into play.
So true, mate. Very good call.
And they are not bowling it. They're taking the 2. First multiple of the match for Hong Kong. And all of a sudden, well, they've won 7 of the 11 ends. We are tied with 4 ends to play, 8 apiece. Hong Kong looking for a semi-final.
Australia looking to defend their title. Women's World Bowls Fours champions in 2016 in Christchurch. The last World Championships. World Bowls Championships not being able to be run back in 2020 due to COVID. And here we are, after a lot of hard work and a lot of preparation, we're finally back, 2023 World Bowls Championship, a 7-year break.
And I think it was 2,100 or 2,412 days it was. And here we've got a 4-end shootout. We start again. Hong Kong have not been tied since the second end of the match. They led once. That was a 2-1 lead after 3.
Yeah, and that's probably Cheryl Chan's best bowl in this direction. So she's lifting as Christina's trying to come down here. Can she get to the jack?
It was a good line and a great effort from Chrissy.
Yeah, nice reply there from Christina.
She's led superbly.
Very solid all day. And if she has had a bowl that hasn't been on the jack, it's just been in behind. Great structural leading for her team. As Cheryl Chan looks to get another one in there. As we see the bowl just running on slightly more now than it was an hour or so ago. But that one there needed to reach. So this is, for me, fairly bread and butter for Christina Christic. Add a yard away. Nice bowl to work under. Nice guide. And if she misses everything here, Christina, I can guarantee she'll be behind, putting a bowl into a good area for her teammates. Just going to miss under. Let's see where it finishes. Will it finish in that scoring zone? Well, that may come in handy later. First in best dressed here, I feel, for the Aussies. Sit this shot bowl of Cheryl Chan's and make 2. And the same situation for Phyllis Wong. She needs to be conscious that the Aussies are after that shot bowl.
They are.
She can afford to come down and just rest into it herself.
12-9 New Zealand lead on the far rink. Lockie doing a great job popping in the comments here for the scores.
So just missing high there was Phyllis Wong, but
Madge Strochnetter watching on. Good to have your company, Madge. Tassie's finest. So Dawn Heyman now, she's been monumental. What has she got here? The crowd's starting to like it. They're starting to like it. And it shaves past. Has it done enough? Yes, it has.
I think it's still 1 to Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, you're right. Gone the early crow again.
Just shaving the jack.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's opened it up.
Well, you're nearly right there, Val. From where we're sitting, it probably does look like Australia, but if we just look at the monitor there, favour Hong Kong China's front bowl there. And can Phyllis Wong take some weight off? Her first bowl is going to be fairly handy, I believe. It's back near the tee. She's trying to draw another one here. It's Phyllis Wong. She's done it.
Well, Hong Kong, they have come to play. They have been absolutely unreal. It's been a match of high quality.
Dawn Heyman, something similar, but she wants to be under this front red one now.
Well, she is under.
Get the jack.
She won't get the jack. Will it stop in time? Well, not a bad home at all.
Yeah, that's a great home. If she wasn't She didn't want to crash on the front. She wanted to get a clean run at whatever she was going for there, bowl or jack. And she's paired up a couple of red bowls there at the bottom of the screen, just to the right-hand side there. So Hong Kong, China do have two. I really feel, though, Angel So needs to get a bowl where Helen is standing. Hong Kong skip, just where her left foot is there. Just split the two red bowls up.
Angel So has lifted as this match has worn on. 3 ends to play after this, and we are tied at 8-all.
She's played it pretty well to there, Val. Is it going to reach?
Nope.
Missed opportunity there for Angel So. Well, Dawn Heyman, she's set up a couple of pretty good shots here for her third, and Lindsay Clark. As you see, great voice, great communication, body language from Kelsey, giving Lindsay every bit of gusto she can to perform this skill. Lindsay Clark. What will she do? Backhand looking for both bowls or forehand trail. So forehand it is.
We sit in anticipation.
Jack movement's the key here, Val. Punch that jack out of there. Currently 2 down.
Lindsay Clark.
Needs to get down now.
Well, it's coming.
She's trying.
Does it have the weights?
Well, she might nearly draw this, Val, if she stops.
She hasn't drawn it, but that's a great home. And I reckon Hong Kong will need to try and cover these 3 red bowls at the back.
Yeah, she must pass now. Angel So. 6 feet on her last delivery.
Yep. After this, we'll give you some score updates of the men's triples, because things are heating up there as well. Most of the matches within 2 shots. And not a bad bowl there from Angel So. Japan lead England 11-10 after 13. Scotland lead Thailand 11-9 after 13. Ireland lead Malaysia 9-7 after 11. And the only real trouncing at the moment, Australia lead the USA 17-6 after 13. Lindsay Clark, gone big.
Both bowls or jack.
Got rid of one of them. So, this is tense. The skips make their way down. Kelsey versus Helen. When we streamed the 4s on Tuesday, Kelsey Cottrell was in some of her finest form, playing bomb after bomb after bomb to down Canada. It'll be up to her yet again.
So Helen, she'll be on the backhand, trying to cover the danger here. Australia, if they touch that jack down the line, they can make it 2. I think that's what Kelsey will be after.
Helen Chung.
So out of the 5 back bowls, Hong Kong own 3 of them. Helen Chung, can she sit this bowl of Lindsay Clark's? Well, she can. All of a
she
sudden,
has and drifted through, and you're right, Baz. All of a sudden, this is a
that could be 2 or 3 now, Val.
is a Hong Kong controlled end, and Kelsey Cottrell, she has got a lot of work to do. But if you're going to back anybody in her home city at a club that she used to call home.
Yeah, I back her in here.
Yep.
A lot of room for Kelsey. Such composure, massive part of her game with her experience. I think she'll back herself in to draw a shot here. Too much room for her. She'll just use the right side of the mat.
This has been the highest quality, or the quality of the highest ebb from both teams.
So forehand, trying to draw the shot, just trying to drift under the front bowl, or even potentially give it a couple of turns. Just draw to the line, so just trying to draw jack high as she chases it. She's pretty good here.
She's not far off. Kelsey Cottrell. Ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, great composure. I picked that one. I definitely thought that Kelsey would draw that. Too much experience, too much class from Kelsey Cottrell. Using every bit of room she has, just a slide on down.
It's body language. When you see that she jogs in after it, Barry, you know she likes it.
Yeah, using the wide side. So
A Broadbeach masterclass. So
Hong Kong, China have the tee. I'm just having a good look there.
Sit this bowl out maybe.
Yeah, 2 options for Hong Kong, China. Take the shot bowl out for potentially 3, or any jack movement, they win the tee. So Helen Chung, well, this is what it's all about now. Reaching right into your bag of tricks
Well,
and into your training.
the comments for Kelsey, all of them coming in, the last 3 have been wow. And exactly right, that is a clutch bowl and one of epic proportions.
Okay,
Here we go.
what can Helen do? The Hong Kong, China skip, very experienced player. She knows the situation. She's got to take this shot bowl out of from Australia. So it'll be solid weight.
She's had a lot of answers today, Helen Chung,
Yeah, I think she's
but she's
under.
tight,
Well, she's under, yep.
massively under. So Kelsey for her second, and to give Australia a 2. They will regain the lead, barring, as I usually say, catastrophe. And I reckon this is going to be a good one. You know why, Baz? Because Sandy Wallace has just walked in. Great things happen when Sandy's around. And when Kelsey Cottrell's on the mat. Here we go. Kelsey Cottrell wants to put in a second.
Yeah, from a potential 3 down to definitely 1 up.
Is it coming? Is it going to do enough? Is it going to swing? It's not.
Quite. Good effort, Kelsey. Big save from the Australian skip. She might have a little team chat here. Might look at a new length or... Yeah, well, she's definitely standing in a new position. Standing right up on the minimum marker. So as we'll see, just keep an eye on Christina there. So Matt right on the tee, and they're going dead minimum here, Australia.
This is a scintillating match. It's ebbed and it's flowed. It's been of the highest quality.
5 ends to Australia.
12 ends played. 10 of those have been singles.
And look at the scoring. 17 shots scored and 12 ends. It's crazy.
And that 1-5 to Australia has proved to be decisive so far.
Yeah, some sections of this crowd are 3 deep now. Great to see. Big crowds.
And a big crowd watching on at home as well. Great to have your company. Japan lead England 12-10 in the men's triples quarterfinals. Thailand, as Chrissy nailed her opener, Thailand leads Scotland 12-11 after 14. Ireland lead Malaysia 10-7 and Australia lead the USA 17-7. Thailand and Japan lead England or lead Scotland and England respectively. What upsets they would be.
Yeah, just a reminder for those tuning in, the multiple disciplines going on. 15 ends in the fours, 18 ends in the triples, 18 ends in the pairs, and of course 21 up in the singles.
Christina Christic.
Yeah, great double. Right on the centre of the rink. That's beautiful from Christina. We saw that against Canada the other day on the last end. Played a big clutch bowl with her last delivery. Christina,
She's
part of her maturity and development these last few years.
She's been leading superbly, Barry. Has she been your player of the match? She's been pretty close.
Yeah, definitely for me. Her and Dawny and Kelsey and Lindsay haven't been far away as well.
Well, none of the 8 have really.
No, everyone's really contributed.
Yep.
Front end pressure is always such a huge factor when it comes to these team events. And Christine and Dawn been rock solid for Australia. And Cheryl Chan and Phyllis Wong have lifted too.
They certainly have. Early on, they were short. And Dawn puts another good one in. That's a great home to be in, considering the 2 back bowls that Hong Kong have.
Yeah, the key now, Val, for Hong Kong China is to ideally just not panic. Forget about the 2 down. Forget about the situation ahead. Just play the percentages. Keep putting bowls in there. They've got a couple of bowls in behind the jack, so they know if they need to play weight later, they've got some bowls to play too. But, yeah, just trying to play some close draw shots. There's definitely more noise happening around the venue now, getting right into the business ends.
The Aussies undefeated so far this tournament. Hong Kong, 4 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw.
Well, it is going to be weight from Hong Kong, China here. I didn't see that coming. I thought they might have waited a little bit longer, but big attempt there from Phyllis Wong, trying to crack an egg on that front bowl of Christina Christix to kick the jack back. And all of a sudden, Kelsey, she's wary of that.
Yep.
She wants to cover those bowls now.
Look at where she's put her foot. What a match this has been.
Here they come, the Aussies, chasing down after it. Dawn Heyman just trying to put a bowl around 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's a good bowl from Dawn Heyman. Smart bowl and smart skipping from Kelsey Cottrell. Phyllis Wong, time for her reply.
I think it might be weight again. I'm not sure about that. I feel that they need a close bowl, Hong Kong, China. But if that's what you're backing in yourself to do, well, that's what you need to do. Play to the positives, play to your strengths. So it might be a bit of weight here again. Forehand. Very close.
She's not far away here.
Very close foul. She's played it well.
Phyllis
She's
Wong.
made one out of it. Phyllis Wong.
Oh, it has flopped out though.
Still shot.
Yep.
Toucher and shot for Hong Kong, China. 2 down, 3 down to 1 up.
What a shot from Phyllis Wong. You had doubts, Barry, but it worked. And mightily well too. Look at this and the way it came home. Got rid of that first Chrissy bowl and then followed it in for the boss.
Yeah, the key there, and the key 9 times out of 10, whenever playing weight, it's about what happens after the connection. She played the right weight so that if she did get something in the middle or half, she would stay around, and that's pure evidence. Where's Lindsay Clark? Well, good looker, great sider. Great sider, so
there's back bowls aplenty.
yeah, well, all of a sudden the head's starting to favour Hong Kong, China slightly. They have shot, and they have third shot also. But Lindsay Clark, she's been a conversions powerhouse all her career, being able to
20 years.
play all the shots, front end, back end, and she won't be far away with her next. Only missing a bowl and a half wide that time.
Everyone here on the edge of their seat. Sure you are at home as well. Wherever you're watching from around the world, welcome. This is Ringside Live. Knockout stages of the World Bowls Championships well and truly upon us.
Okay, Hong Kong, China. They're trying to get another one in there. Nice effort from Phyllis, from Angel So, nearly drawing another, just sliding through. Well, all of a sudden, 4 out of the bowls that are near the jack, 3 of them are Hong Kong, China's.
Lindsay needs to get one in here.
Yeah, she won't be far away, Val. Loves these shots, does Lindsay. Classy shots these are.
Lindsay's
She's
close. She's got it, Lindsay Clark.
Jack clean for 3, 2 or 3. What a shot.
In her final tournament as a Jackaroo, she continues to dazzle the crowds. 3 for Lindsay Clark at the moment.
Looking for bowl or jack, comes down with beautiful weight. Gets it, halves the jack, goes with it. Lovely shot, Lindsay Clark. Great.
And look at the celebration too. Angel So.
Angel So's trying here. Not a mile away.
I reckon
Well, it's probably second for me. They're having a look.
this is close.
Wow.
What a reply from Angel So.
Oh, she likes it. A little that little wiggle of the finger
Yeah.
from Angel So there. So
She's happy.
it is game on. That shot from Lindsay Clark, it was all weight control.
Yep.
Something she's done so many times across her career. You don't win so many big titles as which she's done without playing those big shots. And, yeah, well done. So, Hong Kong, China, massive reply from Angel So. Different weight required, different line required, foreign area. And she was up for it. So, Hong Kong, China might be holding one here.
Kelsey Cottrell. What has she got in reply to Angel So? She's not far away, Kelsey. Kelsey trails the jack and makes 2.
Well, yes, it is 2, Val. It's hard to see where we are, but going by the monitor, that jack didn't quite go too far. It hung around, so they've made 2 there. Great shot, Kelsey Cottrell. So Hong Kong, China find themselves 2 down, but they've got all the back stuff.
So what does Kelsey do with her last here? If does she have to cover?
It'll all come down to this.
Yeah.
Helen Chang, she's trying to get this jack back for 3 here, Val. Forehand arriving. No, it's going to be backhand. So, yeah, backhand, sorry, for the right-hander. With some form of weight, looking for the jack.
Helen Chung.
Angel So's clapping this in. She's high.
She's high. Doesn't
Another
want to
back bowl.
Yep, she didn't want to promote that Australian bowl in for 3. So now Kelsey Cottrell, what is the aim? If you're her, Barry, where are you putting this bowl? Do you go to the back or do you put another one in and really put the pressure on? They're holding 2, Australia.
Yeah, you've got to cover your biggest danger. That's the key here. You've got 2 shots, which puts you up 3 with 2 to play. 3 up, 2 to play. Happy days. So Kelsey's once again doing that 360 scour of the head. Just drawing up a picture here. Great to see. Kelsey just taking her time. Great rink management. And her teammates are right behind her, encouraging her, shouting out little supportive comments. And Kelsey Cottrell, for me, there'll be some kind of back bowl, perhaps where Lindsay Clark's standing. As you can see, she's got her left foot there. So just cover any danger.
So Kelsey, the last 2 Australian bowls have been perfect. And now Kelsey is going to be playing the smart one. And that... Well, that's brilliant. That's exactly where Lindsay had her foot.
Yeah, splits them up beautifully.
Yep. So now Hong Kong, China through Helen Chung with an opportunity. Do we continue this game of cat and mouse or do Australia get the 2?
It's so weight critical here, Val, because the thing is here, yes, jack is the priority, but you've got to be still playing enough weight that if you sit their nearest bowls, you're a chance.
Helen Chung.
She needs to clear the front here if she's
She
a
does.
chance.
She's not going to clear the front, but what is she going to get? Has it cut it down?
Cut one out. Could be a close measure for the second here.
So Australia will take the end. Chrissy's got the mat, already placed it down.
Well, they've got to chock the... So it's 1 shot to Australia, maybe 2, but they've got to chock the bowl of Hong Kong. So they're going to need an umpire. So you see the bowl, the widest blue bowl there. It's on a lean, so they've got to actually chock that there, take away the shot bowl, and then they can measure it. Probably could have measured without chocking it, but
no, I think she's cut it down here, which is a good result for Hong Kong. They'll take it
very close.
2-shot deficit rather than a 3. And again, we might be just going up in singles. What a match this has been, Barry.
Yeah, everyone contributing.
Getting better and better.
2 it is.
2 shots to the Australians, thanks to Lindsay Clark and Kelsey Cottrell at the back end. Wow. They now, with their second multiple of the match, take a 3-shot buffer with 2 ends to play.
Yeah, not forgetting, though, Val, Christina Christick's 2 lead bowls
were
all over the jack.
And Dawn's smart bowls as well.
But Phyllis Wong, with her second delivery, opened that head right up and got shot. It just goes to show everyone's contributing here, and that's why it's such a tight game. No one can get a breakaway because all players in both teams are really putting in their best effort.
Well, Barry Lester.
Just want to touch, Val, also, if it is a draw, they do play an extra end.
Yes, we haven't touched on that, have we? And we saw that at the Commonwealth Games last year in the women's pairs final. Chrissy and Allen, what a match that was. The Aussies looking very, very good in the men's fours or men's triples competition against the USA. It is 22-7 after 14. 12.
Nice opener from Chrissy.
Another nice opener from Chrissy. Ireland lead Malaysia 12-7 after 12. Now, these are the two. This is unbelievable, Barry. It's Thailand 16, Scotland 12 after 16.
She's put up one and...
Japan 14, England 12 after 16. Wow.
Just...
Cheryl Chan needs to reach here. Jack High set up. Well, just falling short, but nice reply.
England have scored a 1, 13-14 in favour of Japan, and I believe they're going into the last end.
Christina Christic, if she can just give a shot bowl a nudge here or slide past. She's asking it to hurry.
Chrissy.
Brilliant leading.
This is sensational. She has been mighty.
Her 4 last deliveries have been within a foot of the jack, and she's really lifted her game, has Chrissy, from higher to higher. She's played great all day. As we said, Val, she probably gets the 3 Brownlows for us.
Certainly does.
I know there's an award out there called Daily M, but we're just not familiar with that sport for our rugby followers.
No such thing.
As Cheryl Chan just going through, but once again, if she's not getting these shots, she needs to be finishing past Jack. So that job's done. Now Dawn Heyman needs to just cover any of the danger. Yeah, that's a nice shot. Backest bowl down the middle.
Cody Packer watching on. KK on fire, she is. Yeah, there may be a scoreboard error with this Scotland and Thailand score update. It may be Scotland that are ahead. We're not too sure as of yet.
Okay, Phyllis Wong, beautiful weight there, just to try and sit the shot bowl and work on it, off it to get the jack.
If Australia win this end, Baz, it's going to make it very, very difficult for the Hong Kong-China squad to get the job done.
We're actually 4 deep now where we are, Val.
Yep.
The crowd is huge. They're gathered around. There's so many games going on this green, and there's so many that are close, coming down right to the wire. As we see
Dawn Heyman.
Dawny and Chrissy chasing up, wanting this one to reach, finishing a good home, cover any dangers. Well, that splits the 2 blue ones up.
Yep.
But Phyllis Wong, she did it last end with her second bowl. She was 2 down when she got on the mat and turned it into 1 up. Can she repeat the dose? Will it be backhand again or forehand arrive? Let's wait and find out. It's backhand. It'll be with some form of weight, looking for the front bowl of Cheryl Chan's or looking for the jack off the wing. She's on a pretty good line. It will work back strongly as we see the breeze has picked up and made that hand the wide side.
Here we go, Phyllis Wong.
Well, she's
We're not
made a
quite
better head of it.
Sure, no, it's still 1 to Australia, but it is a better head. Pauline Rose watching from my hospital bed in Hervey Bay. Great coverage. We hope you're going well, Pauline, and hopefully all is okay. We extend our well wishes to you.
Kelsey and Lynn's just having a really good chat here. They know it's opened right up this head now, and do they try and change it first? As we see there, there really isn't a gap, so any contact on the way in, Jack should probably move, but there's a problem. So as we see the screen here, the way this head's set up, looking at this head, Australia are down at 6:30 and 9 o'clock. So it's trying to put a bowl somewhere in around about the 7 to 8 o'clock marker. Well, Lindsay, I say, okay, they're going the tee, I believe, now. So they're getting that job done early. But the biggest drama for Australia at the moment is just that jack kicking out to the left of the screen where they're a couple of bowls down.
Yep.
But well done. So that makes now Hong Kong be really careful with their weight control being 1 down on the tee.
It does. Anne Crab watching on. Go KK and the girls. Shout out to the WA ITOs as well. And we know that you're one of the greats, Anne Crab. An absolute troublemaker at the best of times, but great to have your company from Western Australia.
So Angel So, here we go on the backhand. Looking to open this head up, get the jack out of there. The perfect result for Angel So is the front bowl with, you can see with chalk on it, edge that one and then collect the other red bowl on the way out. She's missed high. She's going to get through and kick one. So Australia are 3 down over there. Kelsey be all over this. She doesn't want Jack kicking out to 7 or 8 o'clock. 3 down. So backhand it is for Lindsay Clark, looking to put another one around it.
Yep.
So you'll see this turn home quite strongly. The breeze is just getting up. This hand's getting sharper.
Needs to get down. That's a good home for Lindsay.
I still think the biggest drama is any Jack movement to the left of the screen. Australia are outnumbered. And if Angel So can get a walker off that front bowl, that's where the biggest drama lies. She's pretty close here.
She is.
Well, might have
not
cut one out.
far at all. Wow.
That's much better for Australia now, this way the head's situated.
Hey, Baz, do you know what time Jimmy Reynolds plays? Because Damien Delgado wants to know. He's commented, Damo, you should be preparing. Good luck in your next match, mate. Semi-final of the men's para pairs. He's an absolute superstar, is Damien Delgado. And speaking of superstars, all 8 of these players have been awesome.
Oh, whatever happens from here, Val, yeah, they can all walk off knowing that they left it all out there. Super impressed with all players contributing across the match. The way Cheryl Chan bounced back from a few short ones, come right into the match. Christine has been rock solid all day. And the decision-making and the shot play from the back end has been first class. As Kelsey Cottrell, can she draw another one?
She has. Oh, it just flopped out.
Well, makes that target a bit wider, but she had to get another one in there because of the way the head's situated, that cannon favours Hong Kong. So well played by Kelsey. Just a little bit misfortunate by flopping out, as we see Helen Chung Shiwi looking to crack an egg on that front blue bowl.
So this is as tense as it gets. A medal is on the line here. The winner will go home with something. The loser will be left to rue what could have been. So Baz, what are you picking here?
Yeah, so as we see the head there, the bowl on the centre line, the second shot bowl by Hong Kong, what Helen Chung wants, she wants the outside of that and the inside of the wing bowl, the red wing bowl. If she can get that split, I do believe the front turquoise or the light blue bowl on the left beats the back red. I've just had a look at the head. So if she can get this perfect, she can actually make 3 here, Val. But the first priority is just making connection with that cannon to try and at least dislodge the Australian bowl. Well, she doesn't want to turn that bowl over for Kelsey Cottrell. Well, that's a good look. Probably a little bit more weight for me if she wants to score a number. But Kelsey's got to somehow get in the way here. With the modern-day bowls, much narrower bowls than the old-school bowls, more and more are the bowls being played up the middle of the rink, which means angles are tighter.
Yep.
And can Kelsey combat that? Shut it down somehow up the front, maybe, or put another one in there.
I can bring you a quick update, Baz. England have pulled off the great escape, down by 1 with an end to play against Japan. And Kenta Treacher, unfortunately for the Japanese, he can't get the job done. England win. So they go through to the semis where, well, we think there's an issue with the scoreboard that we've been reading. So we think Scotland are actually ahead of Thailand. Check the results later to confirm that, but we're not actually sure. We're getting conflicting reports. So check that later to see who the other semi-final will be between. It has been fixed. Scotland look as though they are through to the semi. So Scotland v England in the men's triples semi.
So the who do we hear in the background there? That's just to let all the games that are still playing pool matches know that that's it. That's the end of play for them. And the teams that are playing in finals, no time limit for them. So Kelsey Cottrell. Yep, that's a great call for me. As much as the jack might not go over there, but if the slight chance it does, it's the only real place that they can see dropping a multiple.
All right, so it comes down to this, Barry. Helen Chung to give Hong Kong China some hope.
Yeah, look, for me, I think she has to increase weight to create more chance, Val. Even if she's quicker, she might work off the front blue and rip into the head. I think she needs to play more weight.
This is huge. The biggest bowl of the match for Hong Kong. Now, she's not a mile away here, Barry.
Close.
She's very close, but I think she's going to drop underneath. She gets a little rock on the Australian bowl, but the Aussies win the end, and they get a 1. So the task, all the more difficult, and from having the momentum well and truly against them in the end count, Australia has won 4 of the last 5. They lead it by 4 with an end to play. Hong Kong, China need a 4 to send it to an extra end, a 5 to win. Last end of the match. Australia need to concede a 3, 2, 1 or win the end. And they're through to the semis to play Canada or Scotland.
Yeah, very short end. 24 metres. Australia, they'll be conscious that Hong Kong, China will be chasing here. So Chrissy can afford just to even put her first bowl 4 to 6 feet through into that scoring zone with her first. Just something in behind the jack.
Christina Christic.
Yeah,
she has been monstrous.
Just opening up with a nice one there is Chrissy. Been inside the yard pretty much all day. So Hong Kong need to be chasing with every bowl here, giving every bowl a chance. That's that scenario training. Got to be playing through the jack. And it's a nice shot from Cheryl Chan. So Chrissy won't be far away the way she's played today. Rock solid, either with her first or her second bowl.
So Australia, Baz, they need bowls in the head. That's all they can hope for here. A 5 wins it for Hong Kong. A 4 sends it to an extra end. Anything less than that for the island nation is an Australian semi-final.
Christina Christic needs to reach. Just, well, not bad. Just falling under, but 2 solid bowls. So as it sits at the moment, Hong Kong requiring 3 more in there to force a extra end. And Cheryl Chan needs to be giving this bowl a chance, as do Hong Kong with all their deliveries. And Cheryl's made potentially, I think she's made 2 there, but Dawn Heyman.
Plenty of room for Dawn, who is such a wonderful draw player. We know that.
Backed up KK well all day. It's a great front end combination. Dawn Heyman, she's played this well.
Dawn Heyman, that's the boss, Barry.
Yeah, very well played. I love the speed. Even if she didn't get shot, she was going into a good home, just into that catchment area where Hong Kong are trying to put all their bowls to create that number. So if you see it here, even if she misses this, she's going to go into a really nice home in behind the jack.
So, a home around the back. Dawn Heyman.
Yeah, it's a nice shot there from Phyllis Wong. So, as it sits at the moment, Hong Kong do have 3 bowls sort of together. So, there's a bit of a triangle forming there, but there's a Dawn Heyman bowl inside that. So, Hong Kong need to dislodge that bowl of Australia or move the jack now. And, of course, Australia, if they win this game, will advance to the semi-final, and their opposition are on this green. Every team remaining in this event are on the one green.
Yep.
And we'll give you some updates as New Zealand score there, go 14-11 up with 2 to play.
There you go, 14-11, New Zealand.
So that one's only 3 in it. As
All these matches are close.
Phyllis Wong, same weight for me, looking to trail the jack out of there or dislodge the shot bowl.
Sue's maintained.
Almost, she rocked on Dawns. It was close, but Australia still in the prime position to go through to the semi-finals.
Scotland.
I reckon they've just scored big against Canada there. They lead 12-9, or they've played a good shot.
Yeah, they're halfway up the green celebrating is Scotland.
So,
Carolyn Brown played a bomb there.
Lindsay Clark on the mat.
Yeah, it's one of those ones here, Val. You're conscious that Hong Kong are chasing a number, so you've just got to play bowls into the right positions. 1, nothing they can use, and 2, just protecting any form of a number. That's a good home for Linz.
Certainly is.
That's a good home because if Jack gets down the line, they've got a bowl catching now. But Hong Kong still got a chance here. Sit the bowl clean. They do lie 3.
At one stage, Hong Kong had won 6 of the 9 ends. Since then, Australia have won 4 of the last 5. They've split it at 7 ends each. Australia have been magnificent. Hong Kong have also been magnificent, but the Aussies have they've played wonderfully.
Okay. Angel So looking to sit this shot bowl of Australia or trail the jack. She's close here.
Not far away at all.
Well, she's going to get another one in there. And so Hong Kong's...
Well, there's an opportunity here. They're building a really nice head, but Australia need to get one in behind here.
Well, Hong Kong got 2 options. Sit the bowl for 3 or trail the jack potentially down the line for 4. So Lindsay's just got to take a yard of weight off. And she's chasing it. I reckon she's chasing it for a good reason here. Slide around this blue bowl. Well,
Yeah.
not quite. Well, Hong Kong can trail the jack for 4 here.
And this would put the pressure on.
Has to be backhand, though. The forehand is dead and buried now for me. I think it has to be backhand.
Hong Kong, China. They all stand and look at the head. The Hong Kong team on the front of it. The Australians at the back. All of the 8 contestants deep in thought, deep in conversation. A 4 for Hong Kong sends it to an extra end.
So Carolyn Brown from Scotland playing a big shot next door. 2 down to 1 up as Canada try to push their way in front with 2 ends to play. And the crowds, we are surrounded here, Val. We are surrounded by so many spectators. It's great to see. And as we see Angel So going back to the mat here, the more I think about it, can be played forehand, backhand, but it's just jack movement, 4 feet.
It is.
Jack movement, down the line, can somehow stay with it, can make even more. So here we go. Angel So, Hong Kong, China, one of their young guns. She's taking her time.
This is massive. To put the pressure right on the Aussies. Angel So.
There's a hush. She is close here, Val.
It's a huge hush.
Looking for bowl or jack.
She's got the bowls. Now, what has that done?
Well, that's not
It's
bad either.
opened things up a bit.
Okay, Australia.
There's 4 blue bowls here on the left wing of this head.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible for the jack to get there now, but yeah, look at this great stuff by the Aussies. Dawny having something to say, Chrissy having a chat. As much as the skippers have the last bowl and direct a lot of the shots, it's a team effort. Is this game of 4s that the international team, the Australian Jackaroos, are trying to to protect here, protect any potential numbers that Hong Kong are chasing.
A medal on the line. Kelsey for her penultimate bowl, we think. Possibly. Who knows? We have no idea. Anything can happen. Kelsey.
Put something in amongst the blue bowls of Hong Kong, China.
Lindsay's happy with it. Big thumbs up from the Australian third.
Yeah, let's draw this one up, Val. So currently Australia holding one and game. Hong Kong have 2 seconds. If they sit the bowl for 3, that won't be enough. They're going to have to do something with their last. If they trail the jack down the line and somehow stay with it, they can make 4. But for me, if they want the jack, I think for me it's got to be backhand. 2-bowl play perhaps. Sit it with your first, draw it with your last. But Helen here, I think the key to this shot here is making sure that if she doesn't get exactly what she's going for, she needs to stay somewhere around the head.
There is no time limit. You can take as long as you need. This is the final end. The skips have 3 bowls remaining combined.
So
Helen Chung with 2, and there is an opportunity for Hong Kong, China to send it to an extra end. They are behind, but they've set up the head well.
Yeah, so this is what you do all your training for, Val. This is why you put the hours in week after week, day in, day out, for these moments, to play these shots, but most of all, playing them and backing yourself 100%, playing them with all the confidence. Helen Chung here, she's got to sit this shot bowl and stay for 3 and then maybe draw with her last, or try and play backhand down the line. Jack on the nose, spring it back into the little nest they've got created. Backhand it is. Looking for jack movement. She's close here.
She's not far. Needs it to get down. Oh, now what?
Well, that's actually changed things slightly for the better for Hong Kong. Yes,
It has.
Yes, they are still 1 down, but it's given the opportunity to trail the jack for a number again now.
Yep, because now the jack can get out to that wing, Barry.
Yeah, so Australia now, they'll be playing. Kelsey just needs to bring it in a bowl or 2.
Yep.
Forehand. So unfortunately, where the Hong Kong girls are standing, they're just blocking the view to exactly where Kelsey needs to finish. Now, they're doing the right thing. They're letting us see where the jack is, but unfortunately, where Kelsey needs to finish is just where Angel So's standing. Kelsey Cottrell doesn't need to go anywhere near the jack here. Just play a cover bowl.
So Kelsey Cottrell
Lindsay asking it to hold.
will get it coming into picture very soon, of course.
Ooh, careful.
Ooh, that has drifted under. So it all comes down to this.
Helen Chung, she can actually make 4 here. She needs to halve the jack, similar to her last bowl. Flick it over into that little pack. Very, very tough shot. But technically wise, it's very similar to her last delivery. Minimal correction required.
So Helen Chung,
So important here, Val, not to worry about the result. The result will sort itself out. Your routine and your structure and how you set up for this is the key. Go back through all your setup, pick your line, feel your weight, let the bowl do the work, and the result will be what it will be.
exactly.
So the idea here is to come down and trail the jack 2.5 feet.
And that could send it, Barry, to an extra end.
If not, Australia are heading to the semi-finals and guaranteed a medal for their country.
Helen Chung, arguably the biggest bowl of her career. dead silence.
They're clapping it.
She's not far away here, Barry. Helen Chung.
She's close.
Is she underneath or has she got the jack? She hasn't. And Australia go through to the World Bowls Championship semi-finals in the women's fours. What a contest. They score a 1. And they are guaranteed a medal. What a match. What a performance. Helen Chung. Nothing to be sneezed at there from the Hong Kong combatants. They were sensational. That foursome, Cheryl Chan, Phyllis Wong, Angel So, and Helen Chung, brilliant. Australia win the end count 8-7 in the end. They were down 6-3 in that battle, but they win the match 13-8.
Amazing.
What a contest,
effort,
Barry.
She actually ended up getting the jack then, just shaving it, but on the wrong side. So that's where we saw last night Australia and France coming down the last end, and then just there, the game's never over. All 4 players for Australia and Hong Kong, China contributed so well there. And in conditions like this, yeah, things are really heating up here at Broadbeach.
Well, if that's what we're in for the rest of the day, then we are going to have an unbelievable afternoon, Barry Lester. We'll be back in just, half an hour's time, something like that. Or 12, sorry, in just under an hour's time, I should say, sorry, for the next match. We're not sure what it's going to be, but we will be back very, very soon. We'll let you know. Like the Bowls Australia Facebook page, turn your notifications on. You'll know when we go live. Barry Lester, thank you.
Great job, Val.
We'll see you very soon.